Hey, Haunted Hearts, it's Brett, your haunted therapist. And today I get to sit down with two of the most fun and fascinating investigators I've met, Joe and Serenity from Other Side Investigations. Now, right from the start, things got weird. So, about a minute into recording, my main microphones, my laptop where I was recording through Riverside just stopped. No warning, no error, just dead air. Thankfully, I had a backup running on my phone, so the full conversation was saved, but Serenity's mic never fully came back. So if she's a little harder to hear, that's why, which is such a shame because she's pure light and laughter. Joe and Serenity run Other Side Investigations, a team devoted to authentic, heart led paranormal exploration. They blend tech and intuition with genuine empathy, bringing warmth and wonder to every case and to this episode. After our interview, they led an impromptu investigation of my office. Before they went live on Facebook, the Dead Bell, Ovulus, and REM Pod were lighting up, but the moment they went live, everything went quiet, mostly. You'll hear some good stuff. But the Ovulus even said no and idle. It's like something didn't want to be seen or recorded, obviously. In this episode, we dive into everything from spooky childhood stories and UFOs to reincarnation, psychology, and haunted tech. Stay tuned after the interview for a highlight reel of the best, wildest, and most stunning moments from that investigation right here in my office. So grab your headphones, dim the lights, and listen closely, because even when the mics go silent, the energy doesn't always stop speaking. Let's get into it. My conversation with Joe and Serenity of Other Side Investigations. Thanks so much for coming in, you guys.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for having us.
I'm so excited to talk to you. So I wanted you guys to come here, and then maybe we could do like an impromptu investigation of the office afterwards, because I have so many crazy experiences in here, and other people in the building have as well. And I know you guys have your own paranormal investigation team. What's it called? Tell everybody about it. Let's start there.
We started Other Side Investigations this past summer, early fall, you could say. We've done a few locations, had a few experiences on live. Even before that, we've kind of been starting the paranormal journey since last January around, I think, was when we first got our first K2 meter. And ever since then, it's just the collection kind of slowly built, and then Joe from Paranormal Oddities actually told us, he's like, you guys should start taking this live, and we would come back to him with, some of the stuff we were getting, and we always got the thumbs up from him. Something we really just want to stress is just to keep it real with paranormal, because a lot of fakes out there, and personally, I just don't think that helps anything.
Right. Like, it's good to be skeptical, right? Like, but to stay open-minded at the same time.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. Because it's like, we especially do a lot to debunk ourselves, because like in our last video, I don't know if anybody caught the live, but Serenity was like, shaking her table, or shaking her leg, and I felt it like underneath like floor table. And when I was in Estes, I'm like, I'm feeling like shaking or rumbling, and she immediately was like on camera, just hey, I'm shaking my leg. That's that's probably what that is.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I actually met Joe because of you, because you spoke so highly of him. So I went into his shop, Paranormal Oddities, and it's funny because the sign on there says a small store with a big heart or something like that, and that is so him.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was so he would have spent hours with us talking to us about equipment and everything.
Very nice person. Yeah, not enough nice things we could really say about him.
And speaking of equipment, if you guys can hear the dead bell, we got it set up at the top of the stairs in the building, so it just keeps going off like crazy. But I thought that would be interesting to include. So if you hear the bell, that's what it is.
Yeah, when we were in here kind of setting up too, right before we came in here, we asked if it could press it twice. We came in here, I heard it ding twice. So
crazy. I love it.
Yeah.
And then also, speaking of equipment, now Joe was not like says I bought this, and Joe said there's some other things that might have been an even better option, but we're going to kind of set up the Ovulus and see if you hear anything come through. That's set up as well. So let's start. I like to start people at the beginning. So this is so my podcast is The Haunted Therapist, which is pretty much like folding in the idea of the paranormal to a table that it normally wouldn't sit at.
So psychology, right? Science, things like that, and inviting in the idea of spirituality, or I guess parapsychology, which is out there already.
Right.
But it's helping people heal their trauma, looking at trauma as if it were a ghost. Like, you know, the quote from Beetlejuice, I myself am a haunted house, Lydia
Yeah.
says, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes there's rooms in your own mind that you don't want to go in.
Yeah.
But I thought maybe you guys could just talk individually a little bit about what led you to even being interested in the paranormal? So whether it was something from your childhood or something like that your family might have been into or even against,
Yeah.
that you rebelled against, that type of thing.
Do you want to start, or?
If you want to start, go ahead.
Yeah. So
I
my...
feel like you always let him go first. We need to work on that. Call me later.
I don't know. I'm going to steal the spotlight from him.
Nice.
He's just really good at talking.
I think it'd be hard to steal his spotlight.
And she's
He
the
just
star.
kinda, like,
She makes it all
walks
work,
in with it.
Because,
Nice.
I mean, something she does very greatly, too. Like you said, kind of like the mental aspect of being in the paranormal field. I feel like it actually has a lot to do with, like, being willing to go to a haunted place. Like, a lot of mental strength to really go to a place where, like, some really messed up stuff has happened, and she does a great job supporting me through everything, not just paranormal. She is an amazing partner, amazing co-host, and amazing
Ding.
just all around. And she really helps me a lot mentally, even when I'm having rough days. I feel like I can't do it. She always, you know, that smile right there. It's like,
You guys. Oh my God. I want you guys to hug, but I don't want your microphones to fall off.
Oh my gosh.
But aside from that, when I was a kid, I was scared shitless of paranormal stuff. I really was. All the movies and all that stuff, just in general.
Movies really scared you?
Oh my God, yeah. Well, it's because as a kid, you think, is that what these people really went through?
Some of them are weird, but some of them aren't. So that's
Yeah.
where I'm like, is this real? Is it
Yeah.
really what happens? You know?
Did you think that as a kid? You didn't believe some of the movies too?
Like there'd be like Conjuring, so you're like, oh my gosh. But
And
then
they say
there
it's
would
based
be
on a
like,
true story.
There would be like
It's
an
like-
older 80s movie that my mom was terrified of. And
What movie was it?
The one.
The Exorcist.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah. No, I can't watch that either.
Like that time frame was like,
Nope.
oh my God, it's so scary. And I was like, this is kind of like not that scary.
Well, you
know?
probably didn't see it until, you know, you had been introduced to better technology and better
I was
cinematic.
a kid when I watched horror movies. That's the thing, like
Yeah.
ghosts, all that stuff. That's why I feel like that kind of
Me too, and it's
made me question ghostly stuff because I'm like, well, which is it? You make it sound so horrible. From like, you know, when you get older, you watch Conjuring and you're like, my God, that's awful. And then you like watch that movie like where they fly through the closet and there's that big hole and someone's in the TV and you're like, this seems a bit extreme.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
I can't say that's never happened, but it's never happened to me.
Which part has never happened?
You know, flying through a screen, seeing a huge portal, and all that
yeah.
stuff.
Well, you're young yet. You
Yeah,
know,
oh, yeah,
give it
yeah.
time.
but, like, it makes you question like, well, what is it really like? What is
Right.
it truly like? Like, what is it really like experiencing like ghostly paranormal activity? Because then there's like Paranormal Activity, the movies too,
Yeah.
which makes people think it's like so extreme. They're dragging you around and stuff. So like, you know, what's the truth?
Even ghost hunting shows make things look so extreme, right?
Oh,
like these
yeah.
guys will be
Yeah,
walking
some
through
of 'em,
buildings,
yeah.
conjuring demons left and right, and you're just like, you know, as you guys know, if you actually go on a paranormal investigation, what you have to review like hours of footage
So
before you
long,
get
yeah.
one piece of evidence.
Yeah, we're still watching our footage from Wildwood. That was 2 weeks ago now, and you know, just life and everything. You know, sometimes you gotta put that to the side for a minute. And
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I love that you thought that movies were BS even when you were a kid. Like, that's stunning to me because I was like you. I was
Right.
terrified as a kid, but
especially
interested.
they throw that slogan on there based on a true story, and then you know you grow up as an adult, the internet comes out, and you're like, how much of this was actually based on a true story? And
That's
that's when
true.
it's like, it's okay, this is a lot less scary now.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But no, yeah, and it's actually it's kind of like double-edged, because I mean, some of the stuff that happened in some of these houses, if they just told the truth about it, like as an adult, it might actually scare me more than like, I mean, I guess not scare me, but interest me. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, because it's fascinating.
so it was actually the opposite for me too, because it was like I would like watch like slasher movies, and I wasn't afraid of that. But then
Okay,
I
like
would watch like a paranormal movie and I'm like, holy shit, that could happen. I was like,
the invisible enemy. Even
Yeah.
people who have been to war say like the wars that people have fought where the battle is against somebody they can't see. Like I think the Iraq war was like that a lot,
Yeah.
where they talked about fighting an invisible enemy. That was almost scarier. Like I just
Yeah.
had my dad on the podcast. He was in Vietnam, and like that was scarier.
Yeah.
Because you can't see
They're
anything.
just
You're in this
popping out at
thick
you,
like
yeah.
elephant grass, and it's just popping out. So the invisible enemy is always scarier. Because how are you
Yeah.
supposed to fight it? You can't
Exactly.
anticipate
You
it.
don't even know what it looks like.
Yeah.
It could be.
Right. It could look like a person.
Yeah. 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 It could be Satan himself. It's
Yeah. Right. In like human form, just
Yeah.
inviting you in.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's why I was always kind of more scared of that stuff. Because, like you
You
said,
were
the
also
invisible
more
enemy.
like, I feel like religious growing up.
I grew up in a religious, not I shouldn't
feel
say
like that
religious
his household
household,
was
but
more, I guess.
yeah, kind of more like my mom was, as you mentioned, bigger on God and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, not to say she never.
Which it actually probably gave you so that makes me wonder too, like having a foundation of spirituality or religion, does that actually pull you into it more? Depending on who you are, like that
Yeah.
might make you actually more interested in the paranormal because I mean the Holy Spirit is a ghost.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and it almost made me more afraid of what was unknown than it was like interested, for me anyway, you know what I mean?
I could see that.
Yeah, because it's like, you're not supposed to do that, you don't involve yourself with that, but
Yeah. Or like terrible things will happen to you if you do.
yeah, and
You'll literally go to hell.
yeah.
That doesn't sound like a good time. That doesn't sound awesome.
No, yeah, like kicking around purgatory, I mean, that wouldn't be.
See, I used to question just so much, even like
Yeah.
Joey's age. Like I would question God, even, and my family would get mad. Oh, don't question God. You're not supposed. I'd be like, well, like I'm just wondering.
Yeah, where it was like
I'm
my
just
mom.
wondering.
I'm just wondering. Like,
Yeah.
you say these things. If I'm bad, I go to hell. It's like, is that true?
So your family was religious as well?
Yeah.
You guys
Like not like hardcore, but like like not go to church hardcore, but like they tried to get us into like some vacation Bible school over the summer, and it didn't work out. And I don't know. They weren't like. I wouldn't call them religious like that. Like they don't have
Right.
rosaries. They don't have. My mom didn't have a cross in our house until we had some paranormal things happen. Then finally she was like, all right, I'm putting up a cross. Just to think it was helping or something, And I was just like, I don't know if that'll help, Mom, but we'll
And
see.
another thing me and her kind of talk about too, like I kind of feel like religious symbolism is kind of like, it almost amps them up more.
It could lure certain.
Yeah, what is that? How
Almost-
like why do you think that is?
I almost think it shows fear, in a way. Like, because like when you're truly afraid, like who do you turn to? Your God.
So you're saying like if they see a cross, they're like, oh my gosh, and
Yeah, like I have them afraid
that
now.
keeps them feeling safe because they
Like,
feel like
yeah.
they see a cross on the wall, and that
Yeah.
might make.
Do you think they only thrive on fear, or is it any kind of
Any
big
energy.
emotion?
Any type of
Like
energy.
big, because I feel like when you guys were at my house and we were investigating, we
It's a
would
good
get a
time.
little silly and like laugh, and I feel like that pulled them in more when we
Oh,
had
yeah.
laughter
Then
and
they talk.
energy.
All types
when
of
you're
stuff,
talking,
music, all that stuff.
Music, yeah,
Yeah.
that's another one.
Yeah, also just stimulates their energy and things that cause a haunting that me and her both talk about. Like, find that like most places do have some type of like energy there, whether it's residual or it's just passing by. Because I mean, think about it. The place you live, the land that your house might be on, even might be some of the best times and some of the worst times of somebody's life. Both those things are said to cause hauntings. So I mean, I'd find that there would probably be more paranormal activity in most places than not, even if it's something that's not trying to bother you, that is just kind of existing through a timeline somewhere.
Can you talk a little bit for those who might not know the difference between residual energy and whatever the opposite of that might be?
Yeah, residual.
Intelligent, I think.
Yeah, residual is just something that's kind of like constantly on like a loop. Think of like just something that someone did every day. Like, for example, we were at the Dunkirk Lighthouse. It said that one of the lighthouse keepers is said to just pass through his room, go up into the lighthouse, come back down, go back into his room. And that's just something that person did while they were a living energy for probably decades. And now his energy is kind of stuck in that residual loop. So that would be something residual. Something passing by or something intelligent could be like there could be, I'm not saying that is definitely it, but could be like a portal or something, and someone's just kind of like, and something we were actually talking about with Zach at Wildwood too is people after they go to the next realm, they don't just, it's not just they're stuck there. Once they get like some form of intelligence, he's said in his research, he feels that, and he could feel free to correct me if he's listening, that that they can't only go anywhere, but any when.
Oh, I love that.
That they can
when.
any timeline, like back in history, forward in history, in present day, and that we're all kind of like on a timeline, and time moves linear for us. So when they happen to come into this timeline, that's when we're getting communications between these.
It appears that time moves linear for us, right? Like we don't even freaking know.
Yeah,
we don't even know. But it appears to move linearly. That's our collective agreement for sure.
Absolutely. And time, it's a man-made concept.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like
I think we'll probably get into a lot of this later, you guys. Like, like the physics of it all and extraterrestrial things. But it's interesting because listening to you explain the loop.
Yeah.
So the residual haunting, the first thing I thought of is something I work with my clients a lot. If you keep having the same thought, like some people have the same thought plaguing them over and over and over, and from that same thought comes the same behavior patterns.
Okay.
And then so like let's say somebody has an addiction that they're trying to quit. You have to identify that same thought that keeps coming into your mind that's driving the addiction. And the addiction itself is just the loop of that same behavior over and over. And it reminds me of our brain, like literally neural networks have like well-worn paths in them, like a path in a carpet. Right? So if you keep traversing that same path over and over, it's like a well-worn path in a carpet, which sounds like a residual haunting.
Yeah.
And it's so important to try to change that in ourselves, to try to mix up the behavior a little bit so that well-worn path, we can change our neural networks. That's like brain plasticity and all that stuff. But it's so cool how it sounds like a haunting.
Yeah.
Like your brain can literally be haunted.
Yeah, no.
And then intelligent haunting is more like you're able to leap tall buildings in a single bound or something. What's going on there? Like you said, like they can just fold in and out of different portals and time frames and
and like we said, not go to just anywhere, but any when. So
I love that.
And it's like what's really going on like around them, and like what do they see? What are they experiencing? Like for example, like you said that this was a dentist office prior.
Yes.
Like is something in there still in a dentist office, and they're still doing dental activities? Like
yep. Something's definitely still in this building.
Just gotta get their teeth done too.
Yeah, who would want to keep doing that? I don't think there's any patients in there, sir. You can probably go home. Nobody's coming back for another cleaning in the afterlife.
A good example though was that movie we watched, A Ghost Story. It was really I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's called A Ghost Story.
Yeah, something around that.
I don't think I have.
It was a really good movie actually.
Okay, have to look it up.
Gets in a car accident and dies and has to. That like it seems like an anywhere thing. Like after his spouse like lives on without him and moves on and like moves out of the house, he like stays there, and then eventually the house just gets demolished. So then he's like anywhere, any when, like at any point he just starts to like jump around, and we were like, what the hell? We were like, oh my gosh, like, that's
right, because that opens up a whole other concept. Like
that's terrible, and like that kind of seemed like lonely because he was like where he was jumping around was like the craziest times ever. Like
he was like way
insane.
back in like the past where cart and buggy day or horse and buggy days.
Like just standing in a field, like, and it's crazy.
No
'cause
home
he has
was built.
Just like a ghost sheet over him the whole time, and just looks like a real like typical like what
like a ghost.
Halloween ghost.
oh, I love that.
Like,
Yeah, it is cute.
Yeah, and there's like
It's
a
like
part.
Back to the Future, ghost style.
And then he goes to the future, and where he's on top of like this skyscraper, and it's a really cool
He ends up
movie.
like just jumping off the skyscraper.
Wait, if you guys could go back in time or forward in time, which would you want to do, and why, and where, and when?
Man, it's hard to say honestly.
I might want to peek at the future.
Same. Oh my God,
Yeah,
I'm a future girly. I would want to
I'm
know.
Yeah.
There's already disease, famine, stuff like that.
We know what happened.
Yeah. When
When you put it like that, yeah.
All right.
More like I'd like to see the past because like I couldn't be affected by all that stuff, I'd be like, holy shit, that's what the Black Plague was
That's
like.
fair.
I was like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Imagine the smell and the death. And
yeah.
I don't know, man. That sounds horrible. Man.
She's so practical. I love it.
I know.
She really does keep you grounded.
Absolutely. Like, no, this is the reality.
You're kind of like, you're like the kite that flies up and she's like on the beach, you know, holding you. She's flying you. Yeah. What little bit of string is left.
a little bit.
Gosh, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, honestly, I think it'd be cool to be able to do both.
Oh, yeah.
But at the same time, I'd like to like mess around with people that like knew me.
What
You
do
know
you
what I
mean?
meant? Like, say I passed and like,
Oh.
you know, my son was like still on Earth or something like that. I'd like drop a
I
book on
guess
the
if
shelf.
you're saying the past,
You would haunt him.
Oh yeah,
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 exactly.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Just keep up to date with the family. You
I'd
know what I
understand
mean?
Yeah.
if, like, your kid was, like, 40, I guess, and you were like, I wish I could go back to the past, because what if you wanted to, like, you know, go back to, like, when they were little?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that
I guess
too.
that, I could see that being a past thing, but when you're, like, saying, like, past, I'm, like, thinking, like, back in horse and buggy days. But,
Yeah.
like, I can understand someone wanting to
Well,
do
it
that.
was harder for us back then.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I
Like, he
mean?
was a
Like for
man,
women, yeah. I mean,
he
like,
had to-
yeah.
Fair enough.
It was a little rough
Fair enough,
back
yeah.
then.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe if we could peek, like maybe see the pyramids being built
We would have been the ones
Oh my
overthrown.
God, yes.
or whatever happened there.
Whatever
Anybody
happens.
have any theories on that? Because
Oh,
how
that's
did they do that?
extra?
That doesn't seem
They
human.
broke a lot of backs. I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
that's a fact.
If that's how it got built by people, like, honestly, hope.
And something so interesting about the pyramids too is not only like how they were built, but the fact that like there's pyramids built around the world, and it's like around the same time. How do these people communicate that with each other?
Wait, it's not just
Yeah,
in
there's
Egypt?
like there's Mayan pyramids, there's Machu Picchu, yeah,
Oh, right.
yeah. So it's like, you know, it's not like today where we could message each other on Facebook, be like, hey, we're doing this in America.
Yeah.
You should do the same.
Check out my latest
Yeah.
hero.
Exactly.
Bruh.
Yeah. So it's like, where did these people get this idea from to build these massive structures to what?
Some of the massive structures have what looks like laser. They'll say like laser
Technology.
together, like laser technology. So they are literally laser infused together. And I'm like, how would anybody with like a hammer and rock be able to do that? Like back in them times, I'm like, that's pretty precise.
And if you look at the way the pyramids fall, they almost follow Orion's belt.
Really?
Yeah. The ones in
God, I
Egypt
didn't know that.
specifically, yeah, if you look up at the sky, there's 1, 2, 3 of them all like in a straight line just together, and it resembles Orion's belt in the sky.
Okay, well that's cool. So that pulls in like early astrology and early astronomy.
Yeah.
So there's the it seems like there's a human element to the pyramids and then also an extraterrestrial element. And it seems like very 50-50, which is something that I think, I mean, I don't know, I could be outing myself as a crazy person here, but those of you who know me, too late. But like, I think, so evolution is all well and good, but I feel like we're missing something here, like, you know, fish, ape, human.
Talk about
Yeah.
how there
I
used to
don't
be, like,
know.
a race of aliens that lived here.
I
a long
think
time
so,
ago and
man.
stuff
I
like
think
that.
like our mom is an alien and
then
our
they
dad
took
was an
off and
ape.
left some of us here,
Yeah.
took off to see what
Thanks.
would happen, and then they came back and they're like, ooh, you know.
Yeah, we're ready to go now. Like,
Yeah.
we're not having a good time.
Yeah, and I feel like it's a little bit of a mix of both, like spiritual and like science. You know, is like how we
Yes.
got to here present day. Because I don't
That's what
think
it took us doing, was
And-
doing our own science to get as far along as what we have now, like everything that we know. And
yeah,
Say it again.
yeah, it's a
Getting
mix
us here is a
m-
mix.
of spiritual and science development.
You guys, that's why I'm doing the Haunted Therapist podcast. It's a convergence of two, science and metaphysical. I love it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
totally agree.
Yeah, no, and it's something we've really dove into, because you know, and a lot of the reason we do ghost hunting and paranormal investigation is we'd like to know what happened in the past, yes, but we also want to know what happens after and like how we got here. And
So, we were on a. By the way, I have ADHD. I don't know
as
about
well.
you all.
Oh yeah,
But who knows where we're gonna?
Undiagnosed,
Okay, I can diagnose
self-diagnosed.
you.
It's like
Boom, you're diagnosed. Magic wand. So who knows where we'll end up here? But we were talking about like we started with movies, so
Yeah.
you know how absurd TV and cinema has made the paranormal, which is very entertaining, and it
Yeah.
can be very entertaining to go to some of these bigger haunted locations, right? It's just fun.
Oh,
But then you
absolutely.
have to like buckle down and tone it down and drop into the experience and try to gather some evidence. I mean, you don't have to, but I know you guys are really good at keeping it pure and clean and
Yeah.
true. So I guess, what are like a couple of your spookiest experiences from childhood, if you have any? Not everybody has them. But you sound like you might have because you were.
I find it weird when people don't have paranormal experiences. Like, why doesn't a ghost seek you out? Like,
I've had experiences with like pet ghosts like coming around, and that's kind of what made me like, you know, like what the hell, like it scared me when it happened, but then like after like years of thinking about it, I was like, it sounded like my dog running, scurrying across the floor towards me, but it scared me because I was still, you know, little. It
Yeah.
literally sounded like him like scurrying across the floor because he couldn't walk on hard floor for some reason. He was a baby about it. And we heard a noise, and my grandparents, it was dark, me and my cousin, and all of a sudden something sounded like it was like right towards us. I freaked out, ran and hid under a blanket, and I was like, oh my god, I don't know what that was, but it was scary. And then I assumed it was him. It sounded like him crossing the floor, but it just scared me because it was dark.
Yeah,
It was
for
the
sure.
middle of
It
the night.
startled
I
you.
was little, so I was
It didn't
like,
mean
oh,
you didn't want it. It was just
it
startling.
scared me, like, yeah. And then I was like, oh my god, like, you know, ghost dog. I was like, So I'm like, you know, like kind of piques your curiosity more. You're like, so obviously ghosts have to be real, like, you know. And then I had an experience in my mom's house that she's recently about to move out of, and I didn't want to stay in the room at first because me and my sister shared a room, and my cousin shared the room across. He moved out, so I had that room. And he would tie the door shut because he said it would open at night sometimes. And I was like, oh, great, this is my room, you know. I'm like, now I'm moving in, but I wanted my own room, you know. So I was like, obviously, I'll move over there. And one night I was sleeping, and I, like, woke up and looked up, and it had the same, like, tile ceiling. It's funny. And I looked up, and there was literally, like, black smoke just sitting above me. Like, I was, like, looking at it, like, oh, my gosh. And then I was, like... I wanted to wake up my boyfriend at the time, but then I'm like, oh my god, he's like never gonna believe me. If I wake him up, is it gonna like just disappear? Like, am I going crazy? So then I'm just like, I just turned around and put a pillow over my head and went to sleep because I was like, I'm just gonna not acknowledge it, you know. And come to find out, my grandfather had seen the same thing because he had lived there, grew up there from being a little kid because that house was in our family for years. I was like, great to be validated.
It is good to be
wasn't,
validated.
like, it wasn't just something I was dreaming or like some sleep paralysis or anything like that. So I was like, phew, you know, like, glad I wasn't the only one who experienced it. And our animals had weird times where they would like get worked up at things that weren't there.
Look at things
like,
that you couldn't see.
like growling, hissing, freaking out, barking.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, there's definitely something in that's not, you know, something that's
Yeah.
that other things don't like, obviously, and it's just.
So did it feel more like mid to negative sometimes? Like harmless because it's sometimes your dog, but sometimes it felt dark?
It's creeping around for sure. Like, it's just, you know, like, I don't know if it means harm, but it's creeping around.
That's a good way to explain it.
I don't know if it's, like, just sad itself, and that's why it's creeping around, just trying to, like, you know, peek in because it's lonely, bored, doesn't have anything else going on, so, like... But, like, I think that's what triggered the animals a lot. It must have been, like, creeping around, and they didn't like that, because they wouldn't always act like that. There was just a couple times it happened where they freaked out. Seen something by my mom's bedroom door, and...
Yeah.
Same room, same view. Cat freaked out. Dog freaked out over it. Cat was literally like hissing, growling, fucking ready to just go out there at it. I was like, oh my gosh. My mom called my grandfather and was like, I don't want to go out there. You know, it's worrying me. And I'm like, oh, I told you there was something in there. Because like everyone wanted to act like there wasn't something in the house because they wanted us kids to be.
Yeah. That's
what
tough
I mean.
as a
like
parent.
The hidden
Yeah.
stuff. I just found I would have rather just been outright.
That's fair.
Acknowledge it, you know, and I wouldn't feel like I'm going crazy in my room. Leaving a light on all night now because I'm scared that I'm
You're
gonna
not
see
trusting
something.
yourself.
Exactly. I don't know what I saw, and if I want it to be light so I can see if I'm seeing what I'm seeing. You know, so I was like...
I've
It
been
was
in the
scary.
house too. I feel like there's multiple. Just speaking, I think there's multiple somethings in that house.
In her house
something-
where she grew up?
Yes, the first night we spent together in that house, we're on the first floor, we're sleeping. It's that creepy witching hour. I wake up in the middle of the night, I hear boom, 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 like back and forth upstairs, like right above me. And I put it off because, like I said, first night in the house, I don't know if she's, they had someone living above them. Maybe, and her mom had like a bigger dog. I was like, maybe he's running back and forth upstairs, da da da. And I put it off. I, slept till the next morning. And I asked her when we woke up, I was like, hey, does someone like live upstairs from you or something? And she's like, no, why? And she didn't tell me any of this prior to me sleeping there.
Because it was his first night, like, hanging out with me and spend the night at my house.
Yeah. So she didn't tell me about anything paranormal. So I was like, dude, middle of the night, like, I heard what sounded like two grown men just running back and forth, like, through the upstairs. Like, I thought, like, maybe you have, like, someone living with you that was staying
Did you
upstairs.
ever hear that before?
There would be.
Okay, because I was wondering if maybe it was something attached to you, if she had never heard that before.
There definitely was. Me and my mom would sit in the living room, and there was a time, it was a couple days we freshly moved in. So everything was fresh, new people to them, probably.
Right.
And me and her were sitting in two recliners in the living room, and there was a glass pane in the door to the house that you could see through. We didn't have a blanket or thing over it at the time, and something literally came up and just and knocked at it. And I was looking at the door, and I said, Mom, there is nobody at that door. I said, I'm about to move out. I said, we just moved in. I said, that's crazy. She goes, there's nothing out there. You want me to go open it? I said, go ahead. And then she opened it, and you're technically not supposed to do that when.
Remember the whistling?
Knocks. Yeah. I mean,
oh, wait, there's rules?
Usually
let's maybe our viewers
would not supposed to just open the door and welcome it in, but like.
Well, that's true with real people at the door, because why are you coming? See, Dane confirmed. Why are you coming over? You know what I mean? Also,
why are you
don't
open
call.
The door when there's no one you can see through it. There's no one out there. Why did you just open that door up? That's why I was like.
You'd be army crawling over to see like binoculars.
But then he heard the whistling.
Oh yeah.
Oh, whistling is the creepiest.
And that's something you're just not supposed to acknowledge or like
the windows
do it
wide
back.
open and something.
I was standing by her front bedroom window and just kind of like looking out because it's dark. It was middle of Perrysburg, Gowanda area, so there's really not any street
it's like
lights.
December.
Yeah, yeah.
It's dark.
So I hear, and I do it back. I don't know why I did it back. And instantly, she goes, "Why the fuck would you whistle back?" She goes,
I'm like, there's not supposed to be nobody near our house. I'm like, if there's something outside my window whistling, I'm like, you shouldn't just be whistling back at it.
And not only that, I didn't even see anybody outside.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, like not even thinking. I was just like, oh, I heard someone whistling, so I'm going to be a smartass and whistle back. And she goes, you're not supposed to whistle back at it.
And then the running, we, right before I moved out of my mom's house and with him, and I was doing laundry in the basement, and he was talking about that running, heavy-footed running. I'm doing the laundry in the basement with my small dog, so I'm like, I have her with me. There's nobody else in the house.
Wait. Whoa. I'm sorry, which small dog? Are you talking about the paranormal pup?
Chungus. Was that the same, or was that a different? Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Introduce your dog real quick, because I know your dog comes with you on your podcast, right?
Oh yeah, she is. She's the star of the show over there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have everything set up like you do here. And instantly, we sit at the chairs, and she's right up on our lap.
Yeah, I've seen her.
Me and her were doing some laundry, and I was like, oh, you want to go into town with us? I was like, no, I'll pass. I'm gonna do some laundry on whatever. It's my day off. And I go down there, start doing the laundry, and it sounds like a grown man running from the room that I was staying in with her last, from that room all the way to the other side of the house to the bathroom where there was that mirror.
There's the running mirror again.
It literally sounded like a grown man, like his size, like just stomping, running through the house. And I was like, I stopped him, like, my dog's looking at me too, like, oh my God, you hear that? I'm like, yeah, I heard that. Like, I don't know what it is because nobody else is home. So then I gotta go back upstairs, obviously. So I'm like, oh my God, go back up there, and I'm like, hello? I'm like yelling for my mom, and nobody. She's gone. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Wow.
I'm looking around. I'm like, I didn't think I was going to hear those heavy footsteps again, and I did. I'm like, I think I'm getting out of here.
My question about some of this, and then we'll get to some of your stories, is like, yes, and like, do you find that you have almost where you start to forget parts of it, or you start to gaslight yourself about it, like, oh, maybe it was the wind, oh, maybe, even though in the time for a fact that
there's no way
you were right about it.
Yeah.
Like, it's I don't know, you start to just like forget or dissociate it a little bit or something. Like,
kind of like that. No.
how do you hold on to those
Now.
memories
Actually,
and not gaslight yourself?
that's what I mean. Like, you gotta. I usually, like I said, like, there's a rundown. I gotta peek, see if there was anything that would have made that noise. I'm looking around, checking, making sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, as you sit here now, you can kind of glance back and go, oh no, because I know that I ran through my list of things
I
to
like
check,
to-
and so that
yeah.
you know you can trust yourself.
Yeah.
Yes,
And-
exactly.
Okay.
That's what I mean. Just in case, because you're like I said, like, not like doubting it, but what is it called?
You're skeptical.
Like,
Could debunking.
debunking yourself, looking around,
Yeah.
making sure you're like, that's why I'm like looking around, seeing if my mom's home.
Yeah.
I'm like, I swear she left.
Any little thing that like
Looking,
possibly could have
looking
been.
outside to see if maybe some snow fell. But then I'm like, it sounded like it literally was someone running. That's why I'm like, I don't think anything could have mimicked that noise. And
Yeah.
like upstairs above me, and I'm like, what the hell?
Yep, that's a confirmation. I hope everybody can hear the dead bell.
Yeah, that's.
And you know what's so weird? Like the Ovilus, the last thing it said was
It's
homicide.
been quiet.
Yeah.
Oh no, the last thing it said was Jupiter.
Yeah.
And then we
Oh.
started talking about outer space.
And then that's
But it's been quiet
that's
ever
actually-
since, you guys. That's so weird.
and something that I like with a lot of the technology too that like really does prove that okay, this isn't malfunctioning, this isn't a weird coincidence. If it continuously does it, okay, that's getting to be a little weird. But then if it's just like it's going crazy, it stops for a little bit and then it gets going again. That's when it's kind of like, okay, what is actually happening here? This is probably something paranormal.
Yeah, then you
As-
know energy is moving through.
Yeah, yeah. Like REM pod, for example. Like when the battery starts to die on it, it starts making this terrible fucking sound. It's like, and
Oh, yeah.
the first time it happened to me, I'm like, step away from it. Like anything, it's not like resetting, and ended up finding out batteries need to be replaced.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of like,
I suggested that too. That's
Yeah.
the thing. First thing, I was like, "You sure the battery doesn't need to be replaced?"
Yeah.
He was like, "No." I'm like, "All right."
and it's a lot of like learning as you go with the technology.
Yeah.
Too. Like,
Especially with technology.
Yeah, we should talk about technology too. But I want to hear,
Okay.
just tell a couple, at least your scariest paranormal story that you had,
so
or a couple of them from your childhood, and then we'll get to
Yeah.
like some of your investigation stuff.
I've believed paranormal was real since very young age. Like I said, I was more afraid of movies than not. But the first interaction I ever had with something myself, I was about 9 or 10 years old. It sounds super cliche. Family just moved into this very old, it's actually the oldest house. It's older than Lackawanna that I recently found out, and that's where I grew up. And the house was built in 1875. Lackawanna wasn't a city until 1909.
Wow.
So this house was a huge farmhouse, horse farm. We actually just doing some like digging and excavating in the backyard, found like old horseshoes, like stuff like that, like real wild stuff. It's
That is
extremely
cool.
old. New family owns it. They're actually remodeling it, which I love because I want to see buildings like that, stay
Yeah.
up and stay intact and someone take care of it. But was one of the first nights we're having like kind of like a housewarming party. It was like middle of the summer, so everyone's outside. We had a huge yard, middle of the summer. I go inside to get some juice, like Kool-Aid out of the pitcher.
Nice.
And like I said, first couple nights in this house, so I look into the living room, and there is a 7 to 8 foot tall, like just shadow figure standing there. Like it wasn't looking at me, and the only reason I know this is because I go, "Hello." It like almost like breaks down and like turns around to look at me, sees me, and then bolts into the room my sister was sleeping in.
So cool.
And I heard the steps, I heard the door swing, I heard all of that. And ever since that, I couldn't explain it.
Yeah.
This thing was darker than the darkness. It was standing. We had like this like bay window type deal. It was like the whole like front window was just kind of the whole front like wall was like a very big window. So you were usually able to see like pretty clear like outside. We had like almost these like mesh curtains that they had back in the early 2000s. But yeah, no, it was darker than the darkness. It was clear as day, like right in front of these curtains. And I saw it turn around. I heard the steps it took. I bolted out the back door. For some reason, I didn't think to say anything to anyone. I wasn't sure if my mom would believe me if I didn't want to
couldn't
sound
believe
crazy.
You didn't say anything to anyone when you said that. I was like,
The crazy
Right.
confirmation about this story, my mom and my sister to this day will admit to seeing the same exact figure in the same exact house.
Told each other all, they would have been like, oh my God.
We didn't
we've all
talk
seen
about
that.
it till I was about 25. I'm almost 30 now.
Wow.
Like, I would talk about it to my family, but they were the ones that were like, oh, I don't know, it's probably an animal.
Maybe that's what he was afraid of. He was
They just
saying,
didn't want me to be
Yeah.
scared, but it's
Yeah.
like, I'm
yeah,
just
it's tricky
curious.
as a
Like,
parent. Like,
when
yeah.
you're, like,
You gotta go by how the kid is.
That's what makes me think, well, why are you, like, scared too?
Yeah, it
You're
makes
a
you
grown-up.
even
Like,
more
you
scared.
shouldn't be scared.
Yeah.
Like, why am I asking questions and you're more scared about it than me, like, right now, because you're denying it. You know?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's a very valid point. Maybe it depends on the kid that you're parenting. You got to kind of get a sense of that kid and
was
if
gonna
they can handle it.
I would say, I know your kids did a couple of the little things at your
Yeah,
place.
yeah.
I think that's honestly the best
I
way
feel like
to
they would
approach
tell
it.
you.
They're older though. They're 13 and 16, so
But
that
still,
helps.
like,
But
I
yeah,
think they would
yeah.
tell her if they heard, you know.
Exactly, because they realize mom's gonna believe me. Like,
oh, that's fair.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, and I
Yeah.
love that.
When your
Yeah.
parent acknowledges it, it's a little more, I feel like, easier to explain. Like with Joey, we
Right.
explain it to him, and we don't say, oh, it's not real,
Yeah.
to make him feel better, you know? Like, it's like, no, that can, you know.
How do you handle it?
We just tell him, you are stronger than it, and that's what we believe in when we do any of this. When we're talking, like, we really got to be like what I was saying earlier. You really got to be like mentally strong to do this, and like you got to like mind yourself, like who you are, like as a person.
That's what I told him. I said, Joey, just believe you're always stronger than it.
Yeah.
I love
like,
that.
You are here in the physical realm. They are there. They feed off it when you're in fear.
Because he started asking about it, and then he also likes to joke and say there's a little
Oh, yeah.
boy that is
Oh,
in the
he's getting
bathroom,
creative with it.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
That's when we were like,
He
we're
was-
not trying to scare us.
Yeah,
right?
you're like, is that your reflection by any chance?
Yeah.
Does he live in the mirror only when you're there?
He's on this thing lately where he hates looking in the mirror,
Yeah.
which is weird to me. I was like, why do you hate looking in the mirror?
I think
He's
How
like
old is he?
6.
it's the Bloody Mary age. It's where people talk about Bloody Mary and stuff, and you don't
Yeah.
want to
It's the Bloody Mary age.
Because he's like, when I get mad, the guy in the mirror looks mad.
I know about all that.
I'm like, well, yeah, it's you, dude. Like,
If you're looking mad at yourself, then yes.
Enzo used to do that sometimes. He would like, if he was on the verge of almost crying, if we were in the bathroom and he happened to catch a glance of him in the mirror almost crying, that sad face looking back at him would take him over the edge and he would just full send into tear land. So if I could catch him in time, I'd be like, oh, don't believe him. No, don't believe that guy.
Don't believe that guy. He's not real.
He's not real. But I love what you're doing. So in other words, by embracing, because so many parents do write it off, right? Because they're afraid that the kid's going to feel.
Because then, oh, he's going to try and come sleep in my bed because he's scared, or he's
Oh, yeah,
gonna,
that's true,
or
too.
He's going to be up all night
Yeah.
because he's scared.
But you're leaning into it. And by doing that, you're uncovering all these other lessons and all these other strengths. Like you're stronger than that. And that's a conversation you might not have had with him if you didn't lean into what was happening.
Yeah.
So I love that parenting decision, you guys.
Yeah.
So you had the dark figure
Yeah.
when you were like 9-ish.
Yeah.
And then what, like, do you have anything else?
Oh, yeah, tons.
Oh my God.
Sometimes when I was a kid, I used to think, is it not just places? Is it just me? That's how like frequent it would happen to me.
And that's the thing, like, I had the same thing. I would always have, like, weird little experiences in the places I would live. So then I was like, is it me, or am I just experiencing these
And what's
things going on?
I think like that's really insightful, you guys, to be asking that question. That's like very self-aware to even ask the question,
just
could
got
it be
a little
me?
worried, 'cause I'm like, I hope it's not
Like
me,
you're
and
taking
then-
responsibility. Like that's
Right.
something, back to psychology. There's some people that have an external locus of control, which means that they blame the world around them or credit the world around them, or an internal locus of control where they blame themselves or credit themselves.
Right.
What you guys are doing is going, maybe it's me. And maybe I'm the problem.
You're right.
It happens so often, dude. You're like, like it's not something lingering around me, is it? Like,
I love that. That's so self-aware to have even asked that, which is probably a mixture. Probably mostly it's the environment, but I
Right.
guess sometimes it could be something you're carrying.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and like you said, something that could be just we're carrying with us and it doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing, I think, in my opinion. I mean, you don't want something evil dwelling over you, because I feel like it's it's almost like, the vibe you put into the air is the vibe you get out of the air. And I feel like if, like, you're negative, like it's going to feed off negative energy, and it's almost going to make the vibe more negative around you.
Another very self-aware thing to say, and that's something to know in the paranormal world and just in your daily life right there.
Right.
You know, what you resist persists. What your intentions are, you can attract to you. You know, if you run from things that are scary and you try to deny them, whether it's in your own mind, your thoughts, or a ghost in your freaking house,
Yeah.
it makes it stronger, actually. And if you have intentions, like, do you set intentions when you go to investigate a place of like, I just want to have a good, just here for a good time?
Yeah, that's usually what we're.
Yeah, you're just curious.
Yeah.
We're like kind of usually excited when we're heading to these places.
Yeah,
so
we
I
try to
think-
be respectful of their space and their wants, and because you'd like to think they were people too at a point, at least some type of energy, and you know, you just don't. I wouldn't want someone to come to my house, disrespect me, and then
Yeah.
you know
Show
what I mean?
yourself.
Like, yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, like you said,
You're like, bro, I'm napping. Like, why are you screaming at me?
like she was saying, yeah, setting the intention is something we do. We don't want them to ever feel like they owe us anything. It's more like, you know, we want to talk to you. We want to know what you're experiencing and what
kind
happens
of feels
after.
like an interview with
Yeah.
someone who's not there. So like it almost sounds crazy saying that.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
sounds crazy to even say that. But.
And you know, through the technology that we've acquired too, like something like the spirit box is one thing that we love. It's helped differentiate, like if it helped me at least put to rest it's not me, because every time we go to these places, it's different answers, it's different voices, it's different at all of the experiences we have.
We have got a mimic at my mom's house that Joe thought was me and it wasn't me. So that's why sometimes I'm like,
Yeah, that's
I just hope that stays there.
and it gets all
at her house.
confusing, but it gets
Like stuff like that made me like, but like with this, like you said with the spirit box, you're like confirmed that
Yeah.
there's not always something like, oh, hey, Serenity, that each time you're there. It's always something different.
because like, and something too, like my name's easier to say than hers, especially
Yeah.
for someone on that side. We didn't get her name in a spirit box till recently.
Right, because it's
Lighthouse.
Serenity, 4 syllables.
Honestly, it was at the lighthouse, and it was my second time there, so like I felt like maybe they remembered.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
remembered or knew
Yeah.
who you were.
Yeah. Because it's harder to say over spirit box than just Joe. So.
It
Yeah.
is good to use equipment for just affirming, right? If nothing else.
Yeah.
And like I feel like spirit box gives like accents too that you can hear.
Oh, yeah.
Because we feel like we've heard my grandfather, my great grandfather, who owned the house before I moved in. He died, and he had a Polish accent, and we could like hear what sounded like him talking through the spirit box when we went there one night. I don't know if my mom's gonna listen to this or not, but yeah, we went there with the spirit box. So.
Well, she knew about it that one time, and then she was doing some work in there, and the light turned off right behind her. Yeah, that was.
She's like, oh, maybe the bulb died. Like I said, you question.
Fair.
You
Yeah.
Yeah,
think
hopefully.
About a logical explanation because she's my mom. And dare she be scared of a ghost? So she's like, oh, it's probably the light bulb, and then realized it wasn't the light bulb and turned
Just
it
turned
right
the light
back
bulb
on.
back on. And
Ooh,
She was like,
wow.
She's like, Serenity, don't you ever bring that thing here again? I was like,
Wow.
I'm like, I was just giving it a voice and it talks now.
I don't know if you guys saw, anybody who has seen, there's a reel on my Instagram that we just recently went to Rolling Hills Asylum, and there's a nurse's room that the owner of the asylum said if anybody speaks German, which, yeah, because nobody really does.
Right.
It's not like a common second language. But I was in a Tennessee Williams play when I was in my 20s called Night of the Iguana, and I had to play this terribly racist Nazi woman. So I remember some of the phrases, which I wasn't going to say all of them, but I remember how to say, oh my God, and like a couple other just single words. It's funny what you commit to memory when you've learned it in a song. Like, who doesn't remember a jingle from like their childhood
Right,
on a
yeah.
TV commercial or whatever? And this thing, the spirit box that my friend had, started speaking in German.
oh yeah.
It was crazy.
No, that's something that we've seen it on TV more than something we kind of experienced at the Dunkirk Lighthouse too. Was we've seen it on TV more that like because we can't speak I can't speak any other language besides English, but I barely speak that right. But no, like they'll get like full replies, and like we'll ask someone to like say something in German if like that's their native tongue, and we'll hear it through the spirit box that I don't know what they're saying because it's German.
But like you can hear
Yeah.
the accent
Yeah.
behind it. It's definitely
Do you try to say that, like when you're doing Estes? The Estes method, do you try to say what you hear even if it's in another language?
More so, I'll say
What
like
you hear.
I'll say what I hear, and then I'll be like, I think that was a different language though, if I were to hear that. And
I think that's so important to do. I think a lot of people skip over that in Estes method, but I love doing that.
Yeah.
he's really good at it.
I try to hear like everything that's just really differentiating the static between that's starting like going off a lot. We're talking about Estes method.
Yeah, that's interesting. Like you said earlier, it's interesting because it stopped for a long time, and the Ovilus has stopped completely. I've never seen it go this long without saying anything, but yeah, like you were saying earlier, it's more interesting when it kind of comes and goes in waves like that.
Yeah.
Yes, so then
It makes it
'cause
seem
some people
more-
feel like those kinds of devices are fake, so they don't
Mm-hmm.
fully trust or believe. They're like, oh, but like when it's quiet for a bit.
Yeah, the devices definitely aren't fake. Like, there's definitely science behind it. Like Joe was telling us, Joe at Paranormal Oddities was telling us, like, how he makes certain things, and there's all kinds of science behind it. Like, how it works, we don't know. But we know that the thing itself is detecting barometric pressure of some kind or electrical energy of some kind.
Yeah, REM pod is probably one of my favorite devices because it's literally just anything could break that. Like, it's just anything that breaks that plane of its magnetic field that it projects. So, like, your physical self could do it. So if anything breaks that field, that's the only thing setting that off. It's
just crazy to think there's someone there breaking that field, but like you can't.
Crazy.
And then even our Iron Island footage, the thing was going nuts. It was going absolutely crazy. We review footage. Something we didn't see with our naked eye that like cameras were able to pick up was this white mist that was just
Weird
around the
pixels,
chair
too,
in REM
like,
pod. Yeah.
When I'm going live, nobody's telling me about these pixels. Nobody's saying anything about these pixels, guys. And then when I watch,
I don't think they can see it. I think that's when the Wi-Fi is cutting out. I feel like that they have like some like they're on some weird wavelength in between like, and Joe would probably be able to talk about this way better than I could. But there's some wavelength and connection between them and like Wi-Fi. And I feel like when they try to like make themselves present and make themselves known, it does interfere with Wi-Fi, and like it interferes with.
Didn't you say it's just below radio wavelengths or something
Yeah,
like that?
yeah, and I feel like a lot of the reason why they're not saying they're not seeing the pixelation is because they're not seeing the pixelation, because it's a lot of time, and I'm awful with technology. I couldn't fake anything. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like when I'm watching this, the pixelation starts to happen. I freeze frame it, and there's times where there's nothing. There's times where, okay, maybe we just did have sloppy connection in the house, but I'm freeze framing it, and then I'm seeing what looks like a face or a person or something similar to like what people have seen on prior investigations, and it's like, I'm awful with technology. I couldn't even begin to fake something like that.
And no, for real, we both are. He's better at technology than me. That's
Yeah, you guys seem to be great.
Yeah,
all the
like,
things that I've watched that you've done so far look fantastic.
Oh,
but I remember at Iron Island, you're right, because every time I think, let's see, somebody was walking towards the altar thing or something, or every time you pan the camera over to the altar specifically, it would pixelate. And that's interesting.
Yeah.
And that's when it would pixelate.
Because you were sitting, yep, ding, confirmation. I hope you can hear it on camera. Maybe I should bring it closer for a little bit. You think I should?
If you want to.
What do you guys think? How are you guys feeling?
I'm feeling fine. I'm feeling great.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay. We could be here for hours, so
Oh,
please,
absolutely.
keep an eye on me too. I will keep you here. I'll lock the doors and keep you here. Don't let that happen to yourselves. Don't become a kidnapping victim.
We'll have SWAT team and everything.
It's like, all right, I'm gonna turn the air off because I'm getting a little chilly. But
Okay.
I don't know. What do you think? Should I bring that closer? The reason I put it there is because there's so much activity right there. But I think I'm gonna bring it closer just in case.
Okay.
So what is your favorite piece of equipment, would you say? Like your go-to, if you could only have one.
If I only have one, I might have to do the spirit box. If I would have to pick like one. Just because I like that it can do that and be a radio in one, I guess.
Plus, you can do the Estes method with it.
That too. So I like it. And it's kind of personalized touch on the voices. And
Somebody was saying that, though, the loud noise might scare them away. Like all the static and everything. I was like, oh, shoot, I didn't even think of
That's why
that.
it's better to do Estes, honestly.
Yeah, because it kind of.
Yeah.
It's just you sitting there shouting out
Yes.
words.
Yeah.
And it's not like when you think about it, you play it out loud, it's probably really loud to them because they probably already hear it through the spirit box themselves. So, like, if you put it through a headset, it's probably way less, easier for them. Because I think about it, I'm like, oh, does it drown out, like, them being able to hear sometimes?
I know.
When it's, like, played out loud, is it, like, so much that they, like, can't even, like, get through it? That's why Estes works just so much better.
I know.
Like, it just seems to work much.
Plus, you get that confirmation, too.
Yeah.
Because you can't hear what other people are asking you. So and
Exactly.
that validation is so much fun.
It's, more fun for the crowd, too, because they're like, oh,
Yeah.
it's actually...
The crowd goes
Answering
wild.
Yeah, no, I do like the spirit box. I like the REM pod a lot because that just tells you like the difference if it's like, because we've had stuff on investigations more so at like someone's personal house where stuff's looking at us through a window and it's not actually like in the house with us. So it's like, it could be talking to us through, the window because it's traveling on the same radio length. But the REM pod really shows like it's physically there with you. Like that's proving this is right here with me.
Kind of like your dad's house, where there was something talking through the yard.
Yeah.
But it wasn't in the house.
Yeah.
There wasn't really much.
Ew. No, I don't like outside ghosts looking in
Yeah.
the
I
window.
opened the curtain and I was like, oops, gotta go.
Yep.
Yep.
Nope.
I was like,
Nobody looking in the window. No,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
so it was just peeking in here.
It's
Yeah.
like you're either in or out.
Right?
Yeah, and they even go like so far because like something I do too when like we're doing investigations. If you could see me, how many fingers am I holding up? And there's times where we get the right answer. There's times where I get the wrong answer. I don't know. If
Sometimes it
it's,
seems like they're just messing with me. Last
Oh,
time
yeah.
They were just
That wild
messing
wood.
around,
Yeah.
What happened?
I kept just switching it and they kept just saying the wrong number.
yeah.
But they were saying a number.
Numbers, so I was like, oh, they're just.
At first she
messing
held
with
up like 5 fingers, and then they said 1, and then she held up like 2 fingers, and then they said 5.
me. And I was like, oh,
It's like it's like you're just guessing. Like
Do better, spirits.
I'm like, maybe you can't count. I don't know.
But that's amazing, though, that they were saying numbers in response.
that's
Like,
what I
that part
mean.
is just
Yeah.
incredible.
yeah, and there's times they get the number right, and they really do want to show that they can see you, and that. So
Sometimes I do think they are just messing with you, though.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. But there's times where we've actually gotten more because one of the people that passed had a stoma, so we're figuring his energy. Maybe he's having a hard time like actually physically talking because we were getting like smaller voices through the spirit box. So we actually ended up turning that off, and it was straight up like intelligent communication through the REM pod, where it's like, can you tap this once for yes, twice for no, and it's like boop boop, like for no, and if it really like was saying yes to something, it was like a hard like singular.
It was the room the guy literally like dropped and died too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So would that be residual or intelligent? Oh, that would be intelligent then.
Yeah.
Residual maybe in the sense that he's there
Weird
still.
He's there because that's right where he like
Well-
fell and died because he went from the living room to his like room or something.
In that same investigation too, we asked if they keep an eye on the person that stays there currently, and it's his granddaughter.
Oh.
So it could just be there, just kind of watching over her, kind of like some type of guardian angel,
Yeah, like
something like that. Yeah.
an attachment, but not in a bad way.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's what I was saying earlier. It's not necessarily always a bad thing if you got something hanging out around you, but it can be.
Have you guys ever gone to like a medium or a psychic before
I
and
haven't
had a
known
reading or anything like
personally.
that? That'd be interesting to know, if are our ancestors with us or any
Yeah.
kind of hitchhiker or anything like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Something I'm definitely interested in it. It's just you got to find the right one. I feel like
Oh yeah.
because
Yeah, that's true with therapists too. I hear all the time.
Right.
It's so hard to find somebody that you actually jive and gel with. That's got to be with a medium too.
yeah, and not only that with mediums. I mean, not to say anybody fakes anything. I hope nobody does, but they could be just taking guesses and lying to you. And they could be like, oh, it's an ancestor from you've never met.
Yeah, for sure.
And generally, like, I'm interested in real and just wanting to actually, like, is there someone actually? I'm not going to be mad if there's not. I'm not going to
What
be.
if it was like a long lost ancestor watching over him?
That's
That'd be
fine.
good to know,
yeah,
too.
Yeah. But I want to know that from someone who's like truly genuine. You know what I mean? Like, yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
not someone with their first deck of tarot cards.
Yeah. Do you guys use tarot at all? I've heard of people using tarot on investigations. Speaking of
My
tarot.
mom used to have a deck of tarot cards when I was a kid. See, like the little weird little things like that, because I think she almost questioned it because she took some. I don't know if it's called anthropology or something in college, and it made her question her like religious beliefs and stuff, and that's why I almost think I had like the questioning of it. But like she almost, I think, would just rather believe in something and know she goes there at the end. I think that's what makes her feel comfortable. So like stuff like that.
And that's what beliefs are good for, right? Is like we don't know for sure, so pick something that makes you feel good. Why wouldn't you? Except the skeptic mind keeps pushing. Like I keep trying to pick a belief because it feels good to have a belief, and then my skeptic brain just comes in with a big club and is like, "You don't get to have that."
Or like, what if this? Or
Yeah, exactly.
She had tarot cards. I don't know. I
Wow.
remember her saying like you're not supposed to like mess with them and like a just a disrespectful nature and stuff like that. And I would always want to look through them just because they looked cool.
They do look cool, actually. Yeah, the artwork.
Yeah, tarot's not something I never done any of that like Ouija board or tarot cards, anything like that.
He's never touched a Ouija board, and I don't know if I believe him.
I haven't.
But
I used to have friends that we grew up by a cemetery and a couple cemeteries actually in Lackawanna, but they would always go into the cemetery with the Ouija board. I'm like, you're out of your fucking mind. I'm not touching that. Like it was drugs or something. Like it was...
I made one out of cardboard and it worked.
That's what I've heard. You could actually, Joe said that you could just do dry erase on a glass table or something.
Literally made it out of cardboard and something.
And it would work.
Kicked our bedroom door like in, and like it flew open and there was nobody there, and I was like, oh my goodness. I ran out of there and went and told my mom, and she said, why? Like, I woke her up from a nap and she was mad as hell that I was even playing with a Ouija board.
I bet she was.
And I was like, it wasn't a real one. I just made it with cardboard, but something like actually kicked the door open. Like weird stuff like that. Like in my childhood, that makes me,
and that's the reason I've never played with that stuff is because I do believe in it. I do think that that's a open portal for something to just come through. I think they work too well. If you want to know the truth, like
the Ouija board.
Yeah.
But like, what's the difference? Like, let's break this down. Yeah, what's the difference between a Ouija? Because this could be some of your religious upbringing too. Because I know that was something that Christianity put upon the spiritualist movement, right? Is to make us believe that the Ouija specifically was bad. But like, what's the difference between doing a Ouija versus like a pendulum swinging?
Never done one of those either.
Or, or even the REM pod.
That he didn't even want to take.
Oh yeah.
Like
initiative
to do these things.
When I was younger, I was deathly afraid of this stuff.
What I mean.
know I was.
You didn't want to try. You didn't want to. I'm questioning. I'm wondering. I'm making these weird things, and being like, let's see if it really works. All these movies, it worked. I was like, I'll never touch another one again. I haven't.
YouTube
because it's so powerful.
And then one touched me at a thrift store. It fell on my foot, and I was like, "Of course, it's a Ouija board."
There's one in the McKinley Mall that's what's in
Oh
your
my
attic.
God!
Yeah,
I love that place.
Yeah, we were in there the one time. This was before we were doing ghost hunting or anything, and I think we were waiting in line for something, and a Ouija board just fell over and hit her on the leg.
And I picked it up because I was like, it just fell on my leg. And I looked, and it was
like
an old Ouija board from like maybe the 50s or 60s.
Yeah, it was old. Yeah, like not made by Hasbro.
Not like the new style that Hasbro has that's brown. Like not that style. Like it was old blue sun and moon.
Like, did you buy it?
No.
I said, I'm like, I almost want to buy it because it touched me.
It wanted you. You should see if it's still there.
Buying a used Ouija board.
Yeah, I know, right? It's almost worse than a new one.
I don't know what's attached to that, man.
I'm like,
you get those passed down ghosts, not even like the fresh new ghost.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That was crazy though. That's why I won't touch one. That one that touched me. I didn't even touch it.
Yeah, I don't know. I like to debate about that one. Just because to me it's like, what's the difference between that and a REM pod? You're still communicating,
So it's mainly what's happened when you use a Ouija board. And I get there's no physical evidence of this, but people say that that's an open portal. Like that things could actually come through that portal. But Spirit Box REM pod, they don't open a portal. It's just open communication for whatever is present right now.
But because you say that if a
But-
Ouija board can open communicate, can't you just talking open communicate and like a little portal just opens up maybe and
You
someone
could be
jumps through,
right.
like, hey,
You could
want
be
to
right.
talk?
And you know, if there
I
was
love
someone
it.
who like was super educated on it and could teach,
Yeah.
something that I've adapted to in my own adult life is I'm heavily agnostic, and that's where you're open up to the possibility that anyone is right. We're all just kind of people here, hopefully enjoying the same human experience. That, you know, we're all just here on the same time. I don't know how we got here. I'd love to find out. And
I like wonder about reincarnation too, like stuff
Ooh.
like that.
exactly,
that's
I'm
another
open to
good
that.
one.
You know what I mean? Like, not against that. I'm not. If someone told me tomorrow, hey, confirmation, a big bearded guy zapped us all down on the planet, and I wouldn't be shocked by that either.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, agnostic, totally open to whatever, don't know yet.
Yeah.
And my question about reincarnation and ghosts, I'm glad you brought that up, because how can you be both? Like, how can there be both?
Right.
So you die, how can you be a ghost and reincarnate?
Reincarnated, right.
We want
that-
answers.
Right.
Who knows?
Real
Somebody out
deal.
there knows. I know one of you knows.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. No. And,
Like, both things can't be true.
yeah, and you know, if you look at anything through a magnifying glass, you could poke holes in anything.
But then
You know what I
just
mean?
how like more ghosts are created, I guess, from by reincarnation. You just become another person, and that's just another person that'll be in, you know, maybe purgatory or whatever,
Yeah.
hanging around again. But it's another you, but it's just a different you
Yeah.
from a different life. Like I don't.
Oh, that's what it is. I learned recently from Tammy of Spiritually Connected. I had her on my podcast and I asked her that question. She said it's because there's fractal energy too. So that you can be both. You could
Okay.
even leave parts of yourself. Like there's parts of me in California still from when I lived out there and where I was born. Like I know for sure there's still parts of me that are out there. You can even leave parts of your living self in different places because we're like prisms where the light comes in and there's fractaled energy.
Prism.
That's a reading we got a lot when we first started
Like
investigating.
We got
The
it at
word?
the lighthouse, and we got it at my mom's.
Yeah, and that's something that I like to think too.
One
Kind
your
of.
dad's, I think.
Yeah, we got it a few times, but that's something I really do like to think too. Is that like when you go somewhere and like when you are like present in like any space really, your energy is now there. Like this event is happening right now, so I like to think at some time in some timeline this event will always be happening. Like it's part of like this building's now history.
so you're having a good time is what I'm hearing you say.
Having a great
if
time,
you
yeah.
go- if you go before the time that we stepped in here and did this podcast, it would be a time where it didn't happen though.
Our energy
Or
was
could
not
it
yet in
possibly
this
not
building.
happen? There could be a time
Yeah.
where it possibly doesn't happen then before
There's-
that fractioning.
Oh,
off of
like
I
different
believe-
timelines.
Yeah, I believe there's a timeline where we unfortunately didn't make it today. You know, we're in this timeline right now. We're
Yeah.
in this energy that is, and now our energy will always be in this building at some point.
There was a movie like that called Sliding Doors with Gwyneth Paltrow a million years ago, where her character had two different things happen to her, and it showed two different outcomes, which is also like the books from childhood, depending on how old you are. Choose Your Own Adventure, where you start out reading part of the story, and then you get to choose what happens next, and then
that's
from
cool.
there it kind of like showed different outcomes that could happen.
You'd flip to
Okay.
like a couple more pages to see the outcome of what that.
Oh, I would
three
always-
books like that.
Yeah.
I don't
I would read them backwards. I cheated.
This-
I was like, wait, I want to know what the outcome is first and then work back from there.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
If all this AI stuff was out when I was in 4th grade, the world would have been in a lot of trouble. I wouldn't have read a single book.
Don't have to. No, I know it's
know.
crazy.
Yeah, no, the way technology
Yeah.
is advanced.
If you got reincarnated, what would you want to be reincarnated as?
Ooh,
Another human? Would you want to worry about human things again?
no.
Do you think that like maybe you knew each other in a past life, or does this feel like a new experience for you guys?
I don't know, honestly.
I feel like I could. I really love him.
I feel
He's
like
the best.
it's weird.
Aw.
We feel like we've known each other for so long.
But it hasn't really been that
It's
long.
been almost
but
2
like,
years.
time is starting to fly with each other, so that's why
Yeah.
I guess it feels like it's been so long.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's something. You just feel like it in this lifetime.
Yeah. Maybe, yeah. Because there's still stuff that, you know, even though we have a lot in common, we do still learn a lot about each other, like, every day.
I think that's part of it.
Yeah.
Do you think that's because you're exploring new things together too? Like you guys seem very open-minded about just about everything. Like I can't imagine either of you having a closed mind about something, no matter what it is.
No, we pretty much try to.
I thought he was gonna be a little scared when I did tell him about like my mom's house. I'm like, oh, I don't know if he likes ghosts or if he's into that kind of stuff.
Yeah, my dad, he did like not as much
and
as
then
we
he told
do,
me,
but-
oh, my dad used to, do ghost hunting. So I was like, oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah, so.
Then we started watching some like ghost hunter stuff on my YouTube that I had.
YouTube was actually like a really big influence for us, honestly, because it's like when I saw people on like TV, like okay, they're being paid to do this. Like I don't know if I hope they're being honest, but might not be.
The views, so you might have something crazy happen in your.
And like YouTube, like I'd see people like going into like demonic buildings with nothing to gain. It's like
that's what's more like influencing about it. You're like, oh look, they can go into a demonic building with no gain and they're fine. They're okay,
Yeah, and
these
really,
other guys are always screaming on the show or like something crazy happened and they're all dramatic about it.
Oh, I remember what I was gonna say.
Okay.
I also heard a theory recently that like sometimes what we think are ghosts or could be ghosts is really somebody just teleporting. So like if you're learning how to do remote viewing, if I know enough about it to explain it, but I know that the CIA like a few decades ago was learning how to have people do that so that they could spy. So it sounds like it's a version of teleporting or like leaving your body and having almost like a psychic experience. So there is a theory out there that if you teleport or practice like leaving your body and going somewhere else, that sometimes somebody in the place that you're going thinks they see a ghost, but it's really just you teleporting.
That's cool.
That really is cool. Yeah, no, that's a very interesting concept. I wouldn't doubt it at all.
Because what are ghosts? Like you guys have talked about before, like what if they're aliens?
Yeah,
that's the thing. Yeah, we always question, what if it was that? Like, or we're like, oh, what if it was somebody, just teleporting right there and then and now? Or like sometimes we'll see somebody and he'll be like, what if that guy didn't even acknowledge us and he wasn't real or something? Like, we're just always like talking weird stuff and.
Yeah, no.
The possibilities are endless. Like you never know. Like that's what I mean. Like that's kind of the part of the human journey, I guess, is the wonder about
yes,
what's real, what's not. Like, and maybe everything's real. Who knows? Like,
and the curiosity. Actually, curiosity is the opposite in the brain for the way curiosity works in the brain. It's the opposite of anxiety. So the anxious brain can't also be the curious brain at the same time. So if somebody's struggling with anxiety, a good thing to do is to find something in that moment that you can be curious about. And what better thing than like what happens after you die? Although that might make somebody more anxious to think about. Yes. Maybe start smaller. Like what is a ghost?
I feel like that was me just growing up because like I had bad anxiety for years, and I feel like the way I coped with it was doing that. Was just taking my mind off of whatever I like, thinking about something just out of this world, just something crazy to just think about. Oh, like what it could be anything, like. Well, what if this person like walked out into the road and got hit? That'd be crazy, like, or something. Like I'm like, oh dang. And then I'm like thinking about something off of that topic and branching off that, and then finally I'm not worried as I was thinking about whatever it was I was anxious about. And I'm like, I feel like I've done that a lot, just to question a lot of stuff. Like
there it is.
Very questioning, very and I think that's what it is because I've always been anxious and I didn't want to take meds for it. That was the thing. They're like, oh, we could, and I was like, no, I think I want to try and, like, deal with it myself. Like, I'm, trying to just mentally be stronger. So, yeah, and that's, he helps a lot with the, like, weird questions. Like, I might have a weird question just out of this world. He'll still, like...
He'll entertain it.
Yeah, it's never judgmental.
He'll be, like, thinking, too, and putting his 2 cents in. Well, actually, I think, and, like, he's not just like, oh, shut up, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Stuff again.
Well, especially if he knows that it's helping you. Like, if you're struggling with anxiety, if he knows that it's helping you in that moment to entertain these thoughts, of course, he's going to be supportive, and that's great to hear. Yeah. It's another strong positive aspect of y'all's relationship.
That's another thing. I think we're both like anxious people sometimes. So
yeah,
You're anxious? You don't seem anxious to me at all.
Oh, I'm extremely not right now. Like not at all. I'm very
No, I mean
relaxed
of the
right now.
times that I've met you and known, you know, the length of time
yeah.
I've known you.
No, I get
You get your moments.
yeah, anxious and nervous about
I
stuff.
can tell when he gets his anxiousness. Like,
More or less lately, it's been in a huge social setting. Like Walmart stresses me out to no belief. Like,
It's the lighting, you guys. I swear to God.
I have said that so many times.
It's the lighting.
It
That's
is
a
the
neurodivergent
lighting.
thing.
Dude,
Back to
yes,
the ADHD thing.
Absolutely. I was like, 'cause
It's offensive how bright it is in there.
we've started shopping at Aldi. We've started
Yes.
grocery shopping at Aldi, and it's the lights. I've said that since day one. I was like, it's just such a calmer, like
Yes.
less stimulated vibe in here. Like I don't feel so pressured. Like
Yes.
like I don't know if it makes sense.
No, it does make sense. Yeah, it's an assault to the senses when a store is that bright, or if it's like super loud and chaotic, that can be another thing. But the light sometimes it's so bright that I can't see,
Yeah.
which doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, I got all this hair in my face, so that's not.
That doesn't help either. Yeah.
Like it takes more to pull you out of your anxiousness, though.
Yeah, I definitely need like a moment of.
Like, yeah. Like,
Oh, you get stuck in there
Oh yeah.
more easily.
Yeah,
I try to do the distraction shit like I do with myself. Like, I try to talk about things and just say other things and talk to him about other things. I'll be like, hey, look at that guy, he looks funny or something, just to like. But I can tell sometimes he's kind of still just in it, anxious and like.
trying to.
Have you tried to shake
myself.
yourself out of it physically? Like sometimes eating sour candies can really help, or
never knew that,
smelling
honestly.
something. Try to incorporate some other senses, because maybe like just sometimes attacking thought with thought isn't always helpful for somebody.
Right.
So try incorporating your senses. So change what you see, change what you're smelling, eat some sour candies,
And it just
or
kind of like distracts the mind.
It changes
it not
your
just
senses
distracts the
to, like-
mind, but yeah, it shocks the senses. And that's why like when people would faint, they would give them smelling salts,
Okay.
because it literally puts you into a different lobe of your brain.
Oh, okay.
I'm not suggesting that you go out there and buy smelling salts, but yep,
I did not know that.
yeah, it's true.
Lately, I've been seeing
Well,
like,
and
football
Narcan,
players use them.
but that's a separate story.
Dude, they have Narcan everywhere.
Yeah, they
It's fucking
do.
crazy.
Yeah.
Where was I at the other day?
Trick or treat. Like people at, I think at high schools are giving out condoms and Narcan. Trick or treat, I said, but like at yeah, at like dances, school dances and stuff. Just because
God.
it's harm reduction.
Yeah,
you're gonna do
that
it
makes
anyways,
sense.
so be safe.
It's better to have it and not need it.
Yeah, well,
Need it
that's a
and not
fact.
have it, yeah.
So, other than condoms and Narcan, was there anything else you guys wanted to cover today, or?
Did you answer me about the reincarnation thing?
I think I danced my way around that. I think
I want to be a bird.
something like
I
that.
either want to be a house pet or a bird. Because then I'm just lazing around, or I can just fly wherever I want. Just be
Yeah,
free,
and see things from a different perspective.
My mind keeps going to fish because in this life I can't swim. Because
Yeah, I think underwater would be cool too. I've always thought that, like to come back as something that lives underwater. And have you guys heard the theory that that's where the aliens live, is underwater?
Underwater is
Yeah.
like extraterrestrial itself already. Things down there look weird.
I know.
the ocean
They look
almost
so
scares,
weird.
The ocean almost scares me more than what's in space.
Yeah, almost.
Because it's like it's on our own planet and we haven't even come close to hitting the floor. I know. Like that
It is
is
weird.
actually crazy to me.
Still finding new things. Like that's what's like the wonder. It's like crazy. Like
It
we've
is
been on this
weird.
earth this
Yeah.
long and we're still finding new things out.
Yeah.
Imagine the other planets. Like like that's insane.
Or the other galaxies. Or
Galaxies,
the
yeah.
other, like, what does forever mean?
Universes,
Different universes.
dimensions. I don't know what you want to call them.
And that's what I really hope to like figure out at some point. I mean, I don't know if we ever will, but it's just like what happens after. Like I don't want to like not saying I want to like
That's the wonder.
find out sooner by
Yeah.
dying, but like but
I feel like some people fear death. And, and like, I just feel like I don't fear it. Because, like, I guess I'm come to terms with, what I know at least. And maybe if I die, I'll know more. But until then, I just know what I know, and
Like, I hope it like unlocks some type of like divine secret for you, like truth, like so people could at least rest after, I guess, so to speak.
Yeah.
And like that's part of the reason like I do it is like I want to know like what do these energies,
yeah, how
whatever
they're
you,
still here. If like some
yeah,
people say, oh, when you're when you go to heaven, you go to heaven. You're not down here anymore to talk. That's how some people feel. Like,
Yeah.
if you're in heaven, you're up there. You can't be down here talking
Yeah.
too.
I think they can come and go.
That's what we think. Like, it'd be nice
People
if
have
you
told
could
me
come
no.
and go.
Yeah,
and
that-
then people say no. Like, that's why we're like, it's...
Well, see, but that's the thing is that people who say no, that's where I start to get not combative, but that's where I like to enter the chat. It's like, oh, how do you know that? And
Right.
not like in a sassy way, like, oh, you don't know. My belief is true. It's like beliefs can be so limiting. We don't know.
Yeah.
I like questions better than I like answers, honestly, because then the answer, well, time to go home. I guess we know.
Yeah, and that's how you know you're gaining intelligence, though, is that you leave with more questions than answers.
Well said.
Yeah.
Well said.
I just think, man, if we could use more of our brain power than we do now, like,
I feel like if
would we
people
know more?
if
than
people
we
were
do
just
now?
more open-minded too, you know what I mean? Like
Oh,
they
yeah.
weren't so like.
How much of America only believes in ghosts?
We looked it up the one day. It
Oh
was-
my God.
it was-
Really? Are you
yeah.
going to drop a statistic? I love this.
I want to say it was only like 25%.
It was a very low number that I thought would like
Would be
being
a lot
nowadays,
higher.
like I feel like we've come so far. People should at least believe in it, but like we've met people that don't believe in that stuff, and like you said, like how do you not? How have you never had something happen that you question your own, like space, and that there could be possibly someone else from another timeline there? You're like, nope, it's just me, and that's that.
I know that's so binary. I
So
thought we were
boring,
moving in a
too,
different
like,
direction
you're-
than
Right.
that.
Right.
Some people don't, don't
Like you're
believe-
either
They're
here
like, "Oh, yeah,
or
you've had
gone.
experiences." I'm like, yeah. I'm like, how have you not? And like, you still don't believe it hearing other people's personal experiences. And like, you don't even believe it still just hearing other people's experiences. It makes me like wonder, how closed-minded are they? And they're not open to, like you said, like questions, like asking more questions. Well, like, why hasn't it happened to me then? Like,
Yeah.
if like it happens to other people, I would ask myself.
Right, so
why
then they're
doesn't it happen to me?
denying other people's experiences,
Yeah,
which is
almost
another
seems like
thing that
that.
we should be moving away from more. Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if like the emergence of AI is actually closing people's minds more than it's opening them. That would be unexpected. But I wonder if it is, because now we're seeing, Elon Musk working on building basically like a skin suit. Like if your whole system collapses, you can put on this other bioidentical thing.
That's what
That
I
is
mean. We
insane.
think that they have taken that technology from like aliens and stuff.
Oh,
like
for
that.
sure. It
Like,
didn't
the
just
Oh, yeah.
show
government,
up.
Like,
I can't even get internet in the back of Dollar General.
They won't let basic people have that kind of technology. Because,
Oh, yeah.
But like Teslas, they pick up
Yeah.
like things.
Oh,
standing there
yeah.
that
Yeah.
aren't
Wait, talk about that in
there.
case somebody hasn't seen it. That's crazy.
Tesla cars apparently can detect when there is something nearby, and we don't know what the something is because it'll show up as a person. Like there's
Yeah.
a person near the vehicle, and people have went into like graveyards and stuff and seen.
But even me, like I don't drive a Tesla, and I remember the one time we were actually pulling up to your house. I passed the driveway
Yeah.
a little bit because it was
Oh,
a little
yeah.
more tucked away. I went to go put my car in reverse. For no reason, there's a sensor behind my car, and it started going nuts.
I remember you said that.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
it just
like something was like behind it.
immediately. Yeah. And it's like, what are you picking
It doesn't
up?
do that.
that's
Like
Yeah.
ever. Yeah, unless
Ever.
there's like a curb or I mean, I was in the middle of the road, but if there's like a curb
They
or something
were-
behind
Yeah, it
me,
was flat. It's
maybe,
flat. I
yeah.
know right where you're
Yeah.
backing up.
Yeah.
It's completely flat.
Yeah. But no, yeah, definitely like little stuff like that. And like I think even like the technology that like the government does allow us to have could have even been like potentially alien technology. And if you think about like the invention of the phone, for example, how long was the phone just like something you had at your house? And there was maybe a little dial button and and now I have a tablet at my fingertips that fits in my pocket that has access to everything forever.
And it seems like it came on really quick.
Very quick.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
that's why we feel like the government, obviously, either because there was an intergalactic treaty or something like that
Yeah.
went up, and that means
That's part of the reason why something that like I've kind of watched stuff about where there was an intergalactic treaty. We didn't renew that intergalactic treaty. And that's why like these past few years we've actually seen like a huge uptick of UFOs reported on the news. And me personally, the thought of like seeing UFOs, it's not impossible. I get nervous when the government starts reporting it. Like, okay,
They're
now
talking about
now
it,
you're being
then.
honest about it. So what are you covering up, man? Like, what is about to happen?
When the government, like they shot at something in the sky like a couple months ago during the end of summer, and it ended up. Remember, Joe shared it. It was like a UAP. And
Yeah,
the
it didn't even
military
phase it.
Literally shot it, and then people were like, "Well, why are we shooting at it? Why are
Yeah.
we that worried that they're shooting?"
Oh,
at
that's
it?
fair.
You know, like,
Yeah.
and then
It's that
missile,
invisible enemy thing
The
again.
missile hit it, and it just spun it around, and it just kept going. Like the
Yeah.
missile didn't even do
Unfazed.
anything.
Yeah,
And
just literally deflected the missile. It didn't.
and I was like, that sounds like a
There was the
UFO.
Battle of
Like,
Los
they
Angeles
have
back
a
in the
barrier
70s, I
around
want to
them
say.
to-
Yeah.
That one thing we were watching about the battle, there was something called the Battle of Los Angeles where spacecrafts came out of the ocean and the military started firing at it, and this thing just sat there and then eventually, whoop, gone.
And the thing is it really happened too. Because
Yeah.
then there was a photo in the newspaper. Because then they tried to say, "Oh, it was just military."
Damn.
It's like, why were you guys shooting at it then?
Hey, intergalactic treaty. That sounds like something I saw in Lilo and Stitch. This is like a real thing. I did not
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, it's one of the shows we watch. It's Unclosed Alien Files or something like that, and it's people that have like worked for the government pretty much saying like,
Oh, okay.
this is what's going on. Yeah, and
Crazy things on that show that they literally allow to be heard. They just probably think, "Oh, these people are gonna watch this show and think they're crazy." You
Well,
know?
I think that they're planting the seed. Like it seems like
yeah,
movies and
100%.
shows
They're
and
normalizing
little
it,
news,
so when it
they're
really
normalizing
happens,
it.
it's
Yes.
not gonna be as
Yes.
Yes.
So we're like, oh yeah, we saw this coming.
yeah,
what
Literally.
to do, you know, like
yeah, and it's like you said,
We're being groomed, basically.
100%. Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that.
I think it's weird, you guys, because I moved the dead bell downstairs and it hasn't gone off
know.
since.
Wow, I didn't even think about that.
No,
Honestly,
I thought that was
That's
Wow.
wild. We'll have to move it again. Speaking of the dead bell, so you guys, I want to do a pop-up investigation here in my office. I know. Did you guys bring your equipment?
we brought all of our equipment.
Oh,
Absolutely brought
cool,
everything.
cool. So
Spirit box, EVP, all
I
that.
think the last question I just have for you guys, and then we can get started, is what, where's Other Side Investigations going next? Like either literally, physically, or like conceptually. What is it, like a long-term plan that you guys have?
So physically next, we're talking about doing locations in November. We really want to get to the Hinsdale house. However,
oh my God.
That was awesome.
that was so quiet the entire
Hinsdale,
time.
here
Until
you
you bring that
come.
And we were,
That's wild because we were just saying it was quiet.
the way the weather's been working out here, we don't know if we'll be able to do it because they're right in the snow belt.
And
Like,
he was looking at a time like near the end of November, and I was kind of like, you know, it gets really
Hairy
it's hit or
out
miss
there.
up there.
It is
Either
hit or miss.
It's a massive snowdrop and blizzard and like a day or two, and then there's feet of snow, and I'm like, I'm not trying to get stuck there for a couple days, you know.
yeah. We're trying to do at least one more before snow starts getting real bad. But we're hoping so. We do want to start a YouTube channel next. That's going to be kind of our next venture, kind of clipping our...
A lot of people have been asking about YouTube, yeah.
Yeah, we've been kind of getting more into like the social media aspect too, because people have advised us to go on like TikTok. They've advised us to go on a whole bunch of different stuff. Like, what else?
YouTube Live.
Yeah,
but
you
need, like, so
you need like
many-
1,000
like-
followers or something, or
Well, you should do
subscribers on
Live,
YouTube.
and I'm like, well, we haven't even made the YouTube yet because
Yeah.
we're seeing where this was going. you
Yeah.
know?
It's been going well though. Honestly, we've slowly been gaining traction and gaining popularity and everything.
You want to just keep doing what you're doing. It seems like.
We have
Yeah.
good
You know.
support too. A lot of
Yeah.
friends, family that are kind of into the paranormal stuff too as well.
Kind of been,
That's always interesting too. Like when you start on a new road or a new path, a new adventure, if doors keep opening for you and you notice that there's support around you, it makes you feel like it was meant to be. Versus like keep hammering up against a brick wall and nothing's working out. That's usually maybe the universe saying, no, maybe not this way. Not this where and when.
Yeah.
Maybe
yeah,
a different where and
exactly,
when. But it sounds like your wheres and whens are all lined up in a row
Yeah.
with doing Other Side Investigations.
Yeah. We're kind of taking it month by month right now and just kind of seeing, where's next. Something we definitely want to do
The
because,
holidays are coming up. That's kind of another
yeah,
thing that.
summer I'm off for a couple months work-wise, so definitely be like a good time to. Hopefully, the Conjuring House is still doing stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many places to go.
There really is.
Yeah.
Like all over.
Do you have like a dream destination, like a bucket list, top of the line place?
Conjuring, I seen it.
Mine, yeah, that's one of mine is the Conjuring house, and that's just because when I was a kid, those movies used to scare the shit out of me. So
They are so scary.
it'd be like, you know, if I were to like spend the night in that house, I could be like, oh fuck you, I spent the night in the Conjuring.
Yeah. Well, it would be like such confirmation for your inner child that listen,
Exactly.
buddy, we're okay, we're safe, we
Yep.
did this, and there's
Yeah.
no reason to
You
be
went to the
afraid.
scariest house in America.
We
apparently.
did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She has a really good one too, though.
Oh,
her
the
bucket list.
Winchester house, the one that's just
Oh,
like a
That
I
is
love that
a
place.
maze of a
amazing.
house. Like I
Yeah.
would love to like just play tag in there if I was a little kid. It's like, it would be like fun to like play
Yeah.
hide and seek tag or something.
Ooh, it would bring out your inner child
It
to
would
go
be
there.
fun.
Have you ever looked into it, the Winchester house?
Oh,
they,
yeah,
They have
yeah.
like stairways that like lead to nothing.
Yes.
It's,
It'll be like
Stairway
there's,
to
like,
Nowhere.
13 of
Yeah.
something in every room, like, no matter what it is.
Yeah, she was an interesting person. Sarah
Yeah.
was. And of course, my office bucket list. Huge check
Absolutely.
off for us today.
This is something we actually do want to start getting like into too, is like, because there's tons of like, you know, paranormal spots in Buffalo, like the Statler Hotel does a lot of stuff. It doesn't necessarily need to be a house that's been like under demonic possession or anything like that, but like we want to start like, you know, kind of getting into places like, wow, I would never think that this place is haunted. Like we went to the Lackawanna Public Library recently. They were doing ghost tours like all October. It wasn't like, you know, oh, bring your spirit box, stuff like that. But in my eyes, that's a step in the right direction to helping people like kind of get another location in the area that is, you know, we could be like, they do ghost tours there and you could potentially find some cool shit out. But they started doing paranormal investigations there, and we want to get more into like, you know, like, wow, is that place really has activity? That's incredible. Like I would have never thought, you know.
Ooh, so like discovering new locations
Yeah.
even.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like sometimes you're like you said, like if they're just passing through, or like there's portals, or they're teleporting, even like they could still just pop up in a new place and be like,
Yeah.
huh, you know, what's this place?
Yeah.
You know, I've never been here before.
Yeah.
And then just maybe they like it and they hang around a couple.
Yeah. Not to say I don't love the classic, you know, old haunted locations.
Yeah,
'cause-
you want to mix it up though.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
to see,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like you got your old haunted places, you're gonna get something like being at different houses has helped us realize that like it is different. There is something different with each location. It's not just, you know, like people think the spirit box is, you know, fake, or it's altered, or you can use the walkie-talkie to alter it and stuff like that. People have said.
Yeah. No, I wish I knew how to
I
do
know we
anything
don't
like
even
that.
know how, we
Like,
don't know how to do that. We just know the basics of using the spirit box. So
yeah. No, and something we always promote on our channel too is like, if you can come out and say like for sure definitively like what this is, we want to hear it, because like we want to know, like I don't want to sound like an idiot. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, this is evidence when it's really just not.
So
You
just when
know?
other people,
Totally.
like, you know, validate, you know,
Yeah.
what's
Yeah.
going on.
Totally. Tell everybody how they can find you guys online.
Facebook, we're on Other Side Investigations. We're on Instagram. We do have a Spotify account as well. I don't know if you want to put in your description or whatever.
Yeah, sure, I can do that
Yeah,
too.
Perfect.
We gotta get a YouTube.
We do got to get
Working
a YouTube.
on your YouTube.
Working on the YouTube account. Like I said, I'm awful with technology, so like the video editing and stuff like that, that's going to be something I kind of take this time in the winter when we're not off, but like, you know, kind of, we don't really have too many investigations planned in the winter because we don't know what the winter's going to do. It's I'd hate to like,
Well, the Western New York area is just
in
hit or
general,
miss when you
yeah.
schedule something ahead
It's
of time.
truly an environmental invisible enemy
Yeah,
Absolutely.
around here.
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah. And hinder you from doing
It took,
anything for
like,
months.
Almost 50 people that one year. I believe it.
Yes. Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah, no, and I'd hate to, you know, pay for a location and then have to cancel on them.
Yeah,
and
and then everybody gets all, you know, excited about the live. Too,
Yeah.
but it's like, oh,
Yeah.
bummer, it's snowing and we can't do it.
One thing I've noticed about this community, not just locally, but like, you know, just meeting people online too, is the paranormal community is such a supportive, close-knit group.
It is. It really is.
Yeah, and I mean, and we do have to kind of stick together because we're out here like doing some wild
Yeah,
stuff.
and I mean-
Apparently, there's not many people in America that believe in ghosts. So
20%?
We
Yeah.
gotta stick
But
together.
what about the Holy Ghost? Does that factor in? Like, are we folding religion into this?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
and just like the paranormal field in general has like grown so much from like what Joe's told us back in like the 70s. He told us, man, they used to get like beat up and bullied just because they want to discover what's on the other side. And, you know, just questioning belief, and they would, looked at as kind of like a not good
An
thing.
outcast,
Yeah, yeah.
Questioning
something-
authority
and, like,
Yeah.
a lot of
in a
people
way,
are religious,
or
so, like,
challenging the norm.
why would you question, like when you're religious too? Like people think, oh, well, why would
Yeah.
you, like
He tells us
you're
all the time,
questioning my
like,
religion too. Like you're saying, that you can.
This
talk
is
to
how
ghosts when you're
beliefs
not
get us in
supposed to,
trouble.
and
Beliefs start wars.
I believe that Jesus was an alien.
it's well, and on that, no, I'm just joking.
And cut the cameras.
No, but that's something we've even talked about too, like, is because there's paintings, and like back in Renaissance days, they didn't believe in symbolism. You know what I mean? Like that wasn't a thing back then.
We also didn't have AI, so
Right?
what
Yeah.
someone was
Well,
painting was what they
We didn't have AI. They might have.
Yeah. But there's like paintings of like like Jesus like over like towns, and like saucers like flying saucers like coming in behind him, and
Oh, I'll have to look some of those pictures
Well,
up.
there's
Yeah.
like one of the like UFO beaming like a light into Mary, and I don't know if that's how she was like
Wow.
didn't have an intimate,
That's how she
That's
conceived.
how she conceived. So like we think like like
in America, our founding fathers were actually like really into this stuff, like
Yes,
And,
that
like-
is true. Who was that?
George Washington.
was
Oh.
into-
he very first president was
He
very
kept it, I think, like his weird stuff on the down low, but like I think people knew he was open to like
Is he the
being-
one that sat with like some of the spiritualist communities and did learn like seance type
Was that Benjamin
things?
Franklin?
There was somebody. Yeah, it was
Franklin,
somebody.
too,
Oh, it was
yeah.
Ben Franklin. No,
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Yeah, Ben Franklin, George Washington. I want
Yeah.
to say he did like dabble in stuff like
Even
that. though, too.
Einstein.
Yeah.
Literally, Albert Einstein talked about some of the things that we're talking about today and like explored it and dabbled in it.
And those were like times where you couldn't just, it was someone having a rave, and that's what we see in that beam of light or whatever that was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over there. There was nothing. There was no technology like that back then. So for them to see things like that, you're like, huh,
Yeah, that's true
Yeah.
too. Yeah,
What
there
was
weren't
that?
drones.
yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
what the hell were they seeing?
And even prior to like them coming here, like natives, they fully believe in like aliens and extraterrestrial and spiritualism and
Oh yeah,
stuff, like one of the most spiritual cultures you'd
one of
ever
the most
find.
spiritual cultures. Absolutely.
And yeah, unfortunately, when people came here and settled, they burned books and everything from their way of thinking and what they
We'll
discovered.
never know now if like aliens were really all like just a part of our plan and all that crap.
Yeah, like we could have been so much further ahead
I
had that
know.
never happened. You know
Our
what I
own
mean?
people are stunning us. That's basically what it is.
Yeah, they're controlling information.
Yeah, and I find it interesting too that like we're one of the first countries to ever like really have the establishment like, yes, you can come here and you could practice what religion you want, you could practice any thought you want, and we're not going to hang you for it. You know, and that's why like I believe that like the founding fathers probably were onto something where it's like,
Yeah, they were a bunch of like young, open-minded rebels. Those guys.
yeah, and think about like how we are today, like younger people rebel and see this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're getting shut down less and less, basically.
Absolutely, yeah. Where like back then, it
In
was
some ways.
really looked at as like terrible, to communicate with the other side or.
Well,
Yeah.
Like you said something about the one day you're like, I thought religious people weren't supposed to like believe in ghosts. Why is it called the Holy Spirit or the Holy
Yeah.
whatever? And
That's what I'm saying.
like I don't know, like necromancy is like
Necromancy is a very confusing
it's not
concept.
frowned
Yeah.
upon in like native culture. So like
Yeah.
Right, because you're drawing on your ancestors. That's wisdom that we're standing on.
like, it
Why
makes
would
you
we
wonder
deny
why,
it?
Like other religions wouldn't allow such thing. Like why is that a sin to just feel like you're maybe talking to even like
Right.
a grandfather, grandmother that passed or something, like, or your mother passed away, so you like feel like you're like want to talk to her or something. Like I don't get why that's frowned upon in like religions like that, I guess. And that's kind of, I guess, what like makes me not religious. Like I don't know if I would say agnostic, but like more spiritual than anything, I guess. I don't know.
No, yeah.
I don't know if like that would fall
Because
under
you
agnostic.
prefer questions over answers. It sounds like you have preferred that from a young age.
Yes.
Well, and it's good to question
I don't mind
things. I
answers,
think.
but, like, it's like here's my overabundance of questions, though.
Yeah, like for every one answer, here comes 12 more
Yeah,
questions.
right, like, now,
Yeah.
now I've got a question about that too. Like
Well, I think we need to have like 12 more parts of this series.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or 11 more. So there's like a cool 12 and even 12. Yeah, we could definitely find some more.
Yeah, we could definitely go all day with this stuff.
That's we sound like we're crazy probably. If someone was a fly on the wall in our like house, they'd probably be these two
Oh,
are
yeah.
crazy. I'm out of here.
Well, somebody maybe is. It sounds like there might be someone there. So stay tuned after the podcast, guys. We're going to do an investigation of the office, and Joey and Serenity are actually going to do a live, so you'll be able to tune into that after this airs. I'll put links on the description, and I'll also include some of the footage from our investigation here on my channel as well. So stay tuned. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
As the whole thing didn't record. Can you imagine?
Oh, dude.
All right, guys, we're here for the after party. Joey and Serenity are just setting up their abundance of other side investigations equipment. Ovulus, which now that we're not recording, wants to keep talking. What did it say, guys, when I first shut off the camera? It said, see?
Just said stop
It
recording.
knows. It knows. Basement. We're in the basement. Oh my gosh, we are in the basement. Equation. We were talking about Einstein. It said dormant, right?
Something along that degree.
Yeah.
Like it was quiet for.
It was quiet the whole time we were recording.
It said idle.
Idle. It said idle. Yes. And then we're gonna do some S.
Said no when she started recording.
Oh my gosh! And the bell just went off.
Do you not like us recording?
We've got a camera down here, a cat ball. We've got the dead bell that just went off. By the way, I don't know if we were recording when this happened, but every time we talked about the Hinsdale house, the bell would go off. And in the janitor's closet, we've got another REM pod. So let's get going.
We are live at this undisclosed location, and we're going to find out what exactly is here, why they reside here, and what they might be doing. Thank you, and I hope you guys enjoy. This is interactive. Any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment alone, and we'll do our best to ask them through our investigation.
So crazy how the Ovulus stopped talking as soon as we started recording.
Doing anything.
And I love how it says catch equation basement. Like, yo, catch an equation in the basement, dog.
Is there anybody here that is willing to talk with us today? We've heard reports of people coming in and out of here that others can't see. Can you tell us if you're here with us?
We're live?
We're live, yeah. This is actually something that happened to us at Wildwood too.
Is that
We were
live?
able to see that we were live.
I think it sees the live in the
Yeah.
It's like,
Are you able to see us? I don't wanna. Are you having a hard time talking to us?
It's not easy. I heard patient. This used to be a dentist office upstairs.
Sounds like a little kid that said hello.
Yep. Is there a child here? There's been a child spotted in this building before, recently.
Back door? Would that be considered the back door? No, okay.
By the door, though. We
Yeah,
saw an
we couldn't-
apparition walk by the door. And then right behind the door, the little girl was seen. Come on, I know you're here. I feel you during the day. I feel you pull my hair. I see you move my plants. What did you used to do down here in the basement? Dead bell just went off. Should we go?
It's off for a minute.
Yeah. Maybe it's calling us up there. I just heard something. This is the type of stuff that happens all day here. By the way, we're completely alone in this building right now, you guys.
Nobody else here but us.
Nobody else here but us. so funny when we record, everything stops. Like, you guys, everything was going off. The dead bell, the REM pod.
Yeah, as soon as we started recording.
Yeah.
Dead silent.
Let's go up. I feel like maybe it's dinging because it wants us up there.
Yeah.
Oh, I should bring mine down. Okay, here we go. There's our sign.
So we've moved rooms. If you guys come forward and speak with us, that would be very appreciated. We just want to know what you're doing here and what your business is here.
Yeah, so this office right here was a dentist's office, and that's where a little girl was spotted.
I swear I remember that. Like in the spirit box, I remember that. Do you remember when this was a dentist's office? A little.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Was that a little? Maybe we should do SS because it's so much more clear that way.
Yeah. Would you?
Look at that. I love when it times up like that as soon as he went under. Did we see you walk by here?
I know how to do it.
You did know how to touch the bell. You've been touching the bell up here the most. Did we see you walk by here the other day?
Hired them?
You were responsible for hiring people, maybe?
One of them.
Could you try to hit that bell again?
My heart felt pain.
Mm.
Richard?
I heard something downstairs. Can you try to come near the bell again? Thank you.
Like a woman's voice this time. It said, Madame.
Ah, yes. At your service.
Are you the boss?
I'm my own boss. How about you?
I've moved around.
Same.
What do you see?
The back compartment. Sound like a little kid again saying something about trees.
You like to climb trees? Yes. Cool.
I'm feeling like my hair getting like played with. Like almost like just one strand.
And you guys, that's what happens to me a lot when I'm counseling downstairs. I'll feel just like a couple strands
Who's
get pulled.
that?
And somebody did see a child apparition in that room right by the bell.
Lift this?
Do you need help lifting?
You heard the footsteps?
Yes. Yes, I hear footsteps coming down the stairs to my office all the time, and the office upstairs hears footsteps going up their stairs quite a bit. There's some candy by the bell. Do you want some candy?
Can go wherever I want.
Oh, you can?
Respect of it.
What kind of candy is it?
Just hard candy. But I took the lid off because it said...
It's something an old man probably might like or something. Butterscotches? The one you gave me? Is that what it's from?
Or the
Doors.
girl. Yeah, the doors. Okay. There.
The hard cinnamon.
Regardless, I took the lid off.
Sub. Grace.
It's the second time it said Grace. Is there a Grace here with us?
Tesla.
Tesla.
Remember we talked on the podcast about Tesla?
Oh,
I've never
yeah.
seen it say Tesla before.
That's wild to have the dictionary, honestly.
Yeah.
I was telling her, I don't know if you heard, I'm getting 3 different voices. There's a man who's kind of like not grumpy, but like not happy, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Like, kind of doesn't really like.
Sounds like who she was.
Yes.
Yeah. And then I keep hearing a kid. It sounds like a little girl. and it's like no bullshit. It is really weird. The woman, like I said, it sounds like sad or like and just muffled. It's like
I would
every
like to
time I
hear
hear
more from
her.
her because we have a grumpy man in this building for sure. The
Yeah.
other office and I both report that. I had a psychic medium here who said that she saw like a heavier set man who was maybe more janitorial in nature,
I could see that kind of like just
lumbering.
yeah, like
And then the other office upstairs has seen that little girl here, a young girl.
yeah.
Oh, that was the other thing. You experienced the hair pulling that I experienced down
So
here.
it was at first.
It's
it
like
started
one
happening.
strand at a time, right?
Yeah, and it started happening, and I was like, I'm not gonna say anything, and I just want to see if like it continues. It kept happening, and I was like, all right, now I'm gonna say something, and then it stopped.
After you said it.
Yeah, I no longer. It almost felt like, as weird as it sounds, like a spider or something like crawling in my hair.
That's how it feels. I
Yeah.
swear to God, that's how it feels in session. And sometimes it is. It's almost like a tingling on the scalp too.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, exactly that. It was like, and it was like around like where the headphones would go. So I had the headphones up like this, and it would be like,
Yes.
and then kind of crawled back here.
Yes.
All the way back here.
Oh
and
my
that's when I
God.
said something, and it just felt like it stopped.
That's so like affirming just for me to have you guys here.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
the stuff that I experience, and here you are experiencing it too.
it's weird because it's like I feel like there's something in here, but it almost like, not that it doesn't want to be known, but like it almost feels like it knows that it shouldn't be known, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like almost like knows that like he's like lurking around and
So do you think that's why whenever we start recording, the ovulus kind of stops? And since we started going live, everything, you guys, like so much was happening before we started going live.
Yeah.
And it stopped once we went live. And even like you said, in the hair pulling, once you said it out loud, it stopped.
It stopped. Yeah, like it's like I don't want to say like shouldn't be here, but like it I don't know, maybe it feels like it'll scare somebody or like maybe it'll like
Maybe
it
he
doesn't
wasn't supposed to be here.
maybe
Yeah.
it doesn't want to like throw off like the feng shui, so to speak.
Yeah.
Like, day-to-day operations that happen here.
And I wonder too, because like, you know, I'm a therapist, so it might feel like it shouldn't be watching, which you shouldn't. That would be a HIPAA violation. But none of that's happening now. You can come out and play now.
This is a session just for you. We came out here to talk and find out who's lurking around here.
A session just for you. I love that.
It's like
Oh man, you heard it here first. TM, we're gonna do ghost therapy.
Do you bill insurance for that?
Right? Yeah, they might have to pay out of pocket. Oh, they don't have pockets.
This is an open, safe therapist office, so even the ghost knows.
Yes, that's awesome.
We're real.
If you're real, show us.
We're trying.
You are doing a great job.
Jailbait Lord.
Well, guys.
Well, was that your stage name? Just
Coming
kidding.
through.
Jailbait Lord coming
I
through.
know, right? My gosh.
Went through the steps.
Can you give us a name?
Where is everyone?
We're down here.
We're down here, down the steps.
Right above you?
Sometimes they see people right above, or they see you sometimes. Yes.
I really just got like proof of the paranormal.
Wait, is he saying that, or is that what he heard?
I don't know. That's why I was like.
We'll have to circle back, because that's a bold statement.
Potentially could be the cat.
Just yeah, I think it's the cat that's down
Because
here.
if we were not getting tons of voices in here, you know, that because that plant that you were saying where the thing was going up and down with your one point.
Yeah.
Could be,
Oh.
like, touching it,
Or
just
something,
brushing
and they
by.
like brush their tail on stuff.
Oh my God, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, because you guys, because I just said this earlier
No, I was thinking
on the podcast that during a session the plant started going like this.
Yeah.
And so you're right, that's such a cat thing to do, because don't
yeah.
cats like to
They
Play
just
with
brush up against
plants.
and play with them.
Yeah. Oh my God. I think you put that puzzle piece together. That's
Yeah.
definitely true.
Yeah, it
We
could
heard
be like,
some, like-
I'm feeling like there's like something in here, but like like the no words is what's getting to me.
You
You
also
know what I
said
mean?
you also said something.
That's
sat down next to you.
confirmation.
If
Thank
something
you.
Sat down next to you. It could have been the cat.
You know,
jumping.
I wasn't good. That's almost what it felt like. Cause I
Like
felt
something
you
really
get up.
light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chills. I did just get chills when you said that. Like you're really putting it together. I bet it is the
Yeah.
cat down here mostly.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Be so quietly because you acknowledged that.
Scratch.
It's cat scratch.
Cat
You
scratch.
guys, it said scratch.
Cat scratch.
That's really
Cat
cool.
scratch.
It's really cool.
Yeah, that is really cool.
Yeah,
Clear
well,
as day, proof of the paranormal. Like, it freaked me out how clear that was.
it just said that.
What?
It just said proof of the paranormal.
Because we weren't sure if it was you saying I just got proof of the paranormal or if it was a spirit.
Yeah, no, like it just
That's crazy.
over the headset. Like I almost feel like that's the guy in the hallway.
Maybe he was explaining to somebody else
Yeah.
what we're
Like,
doing.
getting proof of the paranormal. Because like that brings us back to what we talked about on the podcast too, where we talk about timelines overlapping and
Yes.
he's here in our timeline presently, but what's he experiencing around him? Is he talking to someone who also sees us? Who's like, what are they doing?
Yes.
And they're like proof of the paranormal.
That's what I think too.
Yeah. But no.
And little do they know they're the proof of the paranormal.
Right.
Yeah, that's what's so
Are they
funny.
even aware that they're the proof? You know.
Like, are we ghosts to them?
That's what I've wanted to know. I forgot to bring that up on the podcast, but my question is always like, do they see because we have spirits, arguably, and so do they see, when they look at us, do they see our spirit or do they see our physical body? Like, do they know we're alive?
In my mind, were they doing an investigation and we're the proof of the paranormal?
Oh, I mean, part two, cut the cameras.
All right, guys, big thanks again to Joe and Serenity from Other Side Investigations for bringing their energy, curiosity, and maybe even a few new residents into my office. If you love this episode, make sure to follow Other Side Investigations on Spotify, YouTube, and Instagram and Facebook. I'll have all their links below in the show notes. And if you've caught something in the background that we might have missed, a sound, a voice, a flicker of energy, send me a message or tag me at Haunted Therapist. You know I love reviewing your paranormal finds. Stay tuned for part 2 because something tells me this energy is not done with us yet. Until next time, Haunted Hearts, remember, the veil is thin, but you are grounded, protected, and never truly alone.